Right? Play the beginning.
Observations with Robert Meyer Burnett.
Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse and your master of fun and wonder. And today, it's my job to bring fun and wonder to my cohort as Hot Toys himself. This is the 21st episode of Fully Articulated, a show that was only supposed to be one show. We split it onto two channels, and we're still here. Az, welcome to the 21st episode of Fully Articulated. How are you, sir? You're part of the rebellion. How's the rebellion going?
Bit quiet. Bit quiet at the moment.
How's Yorkshire? How's my favorite Yorkshire man?
Yeah. Things are a bit all over the place at the moment, but trying to stick to my my streaming commitments right now, and
Well, we're here to put a smile on your face.
It's that time of the year, isn't it? It's that time of the year.
You mean the time of the year where we start sacrificing virgins to the gods of Samhain?
Yeah.
Halloween?
Yeah.
I mean, you can go to Stonehenge and spill blood on a megalith. I mean, that'd be fun.
Didn't I get wrecked the other week by Thor and Captain Marvel?
Did you?
Well, didn't maybe Thor went around and repaired it again?
Oh, that's
what
right,
if?
he did.
Yeah, one of the what ifs. Yeah.
And of
That
course,
looked like a fun episode, that one.
Martino Sulmoni just fires in a super chat. The you know what, we got the Enterprise man, the gentleman who bequeathed us. He says, "Good evening, gentlemen. Please say hello to Well, R'm's here in the chat, I am sure. You know, I got to tell you, men are hitting on through this channel. I mean, they're between 200 Watt Studio and now Martino. Maybe he's like, please say hello to I like that. I like that that she's generating that kind of respect. Oh, do that again. That's wow. You know, I have to say that the lovely Connie Sang, she of Harman and JBL fame, I got to point out that her experiential engagement department got me this, a mixing board, a nice little mixing board that has effects on it. And I want to thank her for that. She runs, not for very much longer, but she runs their experiential engagement division. And she is a lovely lady. I wish I'd met her 20 years ago. But I'm very happy to have this. I'm going to hook it up so I can say hot dog the way you do.
Hot dog.
Comes back and says she's getting ready for the NYCC New York Comic Con. Everyone's going to the New York Comic Con tomorrow except us. You're not going, are you? You're not flying to America and going to the New York Comic Con, are you?
No.
You know, maybe you should come to America. We'll take a road trip and go to San Diego.
A San Diego road trip.
To go to
we
the
can barely
Comic-Con.
fly at the moment. I couldn't fly if I wanted to.
Oh, are you still locked down?
No, you can only fly if you are
Vaccinated?
Mm-hmm.
Which really isn't a vaccination. It's just a armor. But we won't get into that.
Yeah, we won't get into that one. We won't get into quite what exactly it is, but
it's still experimental.
Whichever it is, whatever YouTube doesn't ban people for.
Yeah.
By the way, we've still got a one shot on me, so that's.
That's probably true. I just like looking at you because you're so devastatingly handsome.
Yeah, that's what my mum says to me. God bless her.
How is your mom? Has she been making any cool animals that she's bequeathed you with?
She's okay.
Yeah.
If you don't know, we've had a death in the family, folks. So
I just found this out. I'm sorry.
things are tough at the moment with her and whatnot. So, she's doing the best that she can do. We're doing the best that we can do. So, yeah.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that.
And I'm trying to figure out how I've got massive distortion in my headphones.
I keep looking at that Doc Ock behind you, which I have. I'm almost paid that off at Toys Wonderland. Boy, you know what I did open though, and I set it up, and I should have brought that to show. It's inside. I opened up my quarter scale Spider-Man figure and put it all together on its cool base, and it's easily one of the most beautiful action figures ever made. For sure.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love having it very prominent at the moment.
I didn't understand that the base could be put together in multiple ways. And it's really cool.
Well, two. You got two.
Well, you get a point. You can move stuff around, and it looks fantastic. I mean,
I actually have my base sideways, so my
nice.
dock is not like front facing; it's side facing. If you can see the face plaque on the base is actually on the side. Because I've got the way to, because he's a hefty boy.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
With all his arms. So to try and balance that off. Why is one of his arms right back there? So to try and balance him off.
Oh, you're talking about Doc Ock.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you talking about?
I was talking about my quarter scale Spider-Man.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Doc Ock.
No, I was going to show that because it's such a great figure, and it comes with so many great accessories, and it looks fantastic. And I'm making a finally the rest of my Module cases. I got a shipping notice that I will have them, and in one Module case, I want to do a full-on Spider-Man display where because I have Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and of course my Spider-Mans of Tom Holland. And then I'm going to put all the other, Doc Ock and Green Arrow or Green Goblin, and everything's going to go into one Module case. So I'm very excited about having my big Spider-Man Module case display. So I'm excited about that. Now there was some news. I got some emails from Sideshow yesterday about things that have been delayed, but other things that have been pushed up, that are coming out sooner. And one of those things was, of course, one of my most eagerly awaited figures. I don't know if it's as eagerly awaited by you, but certainly badass. The Deluxe Boba Fett. Here is the Deluxe Boba Fett. It is a 2-pack. It comes with Boba Fett out sans armor. And then Boba Fett, when he gets his beat to hell armor from The Mandalorian, I think that Boba Fett head sculpt, the Tamora Morrison Boba Fett head sculpt, is one of the best head sculpts they've ever done. It looks incredible. I can't wait to get that. Now, this is not the version with the throne that comes out much later, but this is the 2-pack. I'm sure they wanted to push up the release because of the book of Boba Fett, and so we're going to get it pretty close to that. Did you order this figure? Are you getting that Boba Fett 2-pack?
I did order it. I think I just put a deposit on, but I haven't had a notice saying that that this has been pushed forward. I've had a notice saying something else has been pushed forward.
Well, the other thing that was going to be pushed forward, and because of you, I had to get 2 of them, so it's your fucking fault. The Shore Trooper. Wow. The Shore Trooper has been pushed up, and this is the Shore Trooper. There's the Shore Trooper Captain. And then there's the regular Shore Trooper soldier. And I think this is I love this design. I think this design is absolutely incredible. I can't wait, but it was because of you, dude. I had to get both versions of the Shore Trooper. So, and you know how it is. You know the answer is always yes on this show. By the way, Dos Gecko says, as it seems life has thrown a lot your way recently, you bring us a lot of joy. Maybe knowing that will bring you a little comfort. Hot diggity dog. Did you freeze? I think you might have frozen. You froze for a moment, and it looks like you're freezing in the middle of. I hope everything is okay, because this wouldn't be a good way for this show to go out. Well, I think Az froze at that moment, so I'll just soldier on. So the other news, other things that have come out. First of all, Shane O'Reilly sends in super chats, so thank you for that, Shane. A connoisseur badge, thank you for that, Shane, and a hot dog. Well, other things that were announced that I think are kind of cool. We have a Peaky Blinders figure. If you like Tommy on Peaky Blinders, Cillian Murphy, I think this is great. A very cool figure. On horseback, I love this figure. I think it's fantastic, and definitely something I'm going to get. I mean, I never thought I'd be getting figures now. I've got my chair fetish, of course. I didn't think that I would have a horse fetish. Perhaps I shouldn't put it quite that way, but the Commodus figure that goes along with my Gladiator figure, that's right there, my Maximus figure. Also, you can get the one version of it with a horse, which is exciting. So yeah. And then also announced, we didn't think it was going to come out so quickly, but Carnage, Hot Toys has announced, I mean, expectedly, the deluxe version of Carnage. This is a huge, huge figure, and monstrously large. It's bigger than their Venom figure, and I think that it is a fantastic, fantastic figure. I can't wait to get this. Go to Justin's collection, go to Justin Kane's channel, and check out his video on this figure, because it's great. I mean, if you like Venom and Carnage, the Venom figure is quickly selling out from Hot Toys, and then this Carnage figure, you got to get them together. And then a new, this was sort of unexpected, a new die-cast Iron Man figure. Here is the Silver Centurion suit-up version. This existed before as a non-die-cast figure. And this figure, I mean, again, the engineering, the articulation, it looks absolutely incredible. And I can't tell you how awesome this figure looks. I actually sold my plastic version of this figure, but I think this is a must-own, frankly. This looks terrific. So this was announced again this week as well. And, of course, Sideshow has a booth at the New York Comic Con, and they've shown some things that we've already seen. Today they were going to unveil some Star Wars and DC stuff, and so we shall see what that will be, which is exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they unveil. If they unveil new stuff, I mean, obviously, other things that came out that was last week was rumored. That came out was the Captain Rex hot toy, which I didn't get it. I didn't get that, but Captain Rex came out along with the Mandalorian, Death Watch Mandalorian. So, and that's a really cool figure. Let me see if I can pull that up. And I could look for it. Let's see, Hot Toys. I think that I don't think that maybe Az won't be joining us again, which I can understand. He, like you said, has been going through a bit of a rough time. But I'll soldier on for a little while longer. I don't feel right doing the show without Az, because it's our show and it's not my show. So, we'll leave it at that. We can do a quick one. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, I was looking for the Death Watch Mandalorian, and here we go. Let me show you what it looks like, because this is a pretty badass figure, and I certainly absolutely want to pick this up. I don't know why, but I did not pre-order this figure, and it is a fantastic figure. I mean, the cadre of oh wait, he's back. You're back. Are you back?
Hi.
Oh, you're back. I didn't know. I was gonna like stop the show, but you're back. Because I don't want. Here, I just want to show the Death Watch Mandalorian. Here is that Death Watch Mandalorian. As I don't know if you ordered this figure. I think this is a great looking figure, and of course we need many Mandalorians, don't we? Can you? Are there Mandalorians? I mean, many Mandalorians. The armor came out. Now we got Death Watch coming out. What do you think about Mandalorians? How many do you need?
All the Mandalorians. I do have the this one on order.
You do?
Yeah. So this one, if I'm sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with the stream, because the last time you put a picture up, that's when I vanished.
Oh, well, it was pretty. I was worried because it was
I
the
don't know if
perfect.
that was coincidence.
It was the perfect frame, and I'm like, oh, I hope it was crazy. But
there we go. Okay, no, I can see the Death Watch Mandalorian now. Yeah, I've got this guy on order, and I got Bo-Katan on order, and all that kind of jazz. And I do have the deluxe Boba Fett in regular gear, and then in disheveled armor on order as well.
Wow.
But I haven't had
Let me ask you
notices
this:
about these.
Did you get any more clone troopers?
Maybe.
Do you know how many you're up to now?
Well, I've got 6. I got 6 Ahsoka Tano's. 2, 4, 6. Then I've got 2 regular 501sts. Then I've got 2 Coruscant security guards. And then down here, I've got 2 more Coruscant security guards. Taking them to 4.
Have they prevented you from buying more?
Yes.
Do you have to go to different stores like Toys Wonderland and
yes? If I want to get any regular 501st, Sideshow will let me. If I want to get any more Ahsoka Tano 501st, then Sideshow say no, you've had 6 and that's enough. So if I want any more Ahsoka Tanos, then I've got to go to Toys Wonderland now.
I don't like the fact in the modern age there are toy retailers that are telling us what we can't buy. I don't like that.
Well, I understand with something like Star Wars and something like the Clone Troopers that there would be some people that would just literally buy 50.
Sure.
If they could, and sure, that's gonna eat into a lot of people's stock as regards to getting them.
Then you should just make more.
Well, I mean, my kind of logic is if you've got them in stock and people and they're there in stock and people aren't buying them, I mean, I'm pretty sure people are buying them, but because they've had to come in 2 batches as is, then just let them eat cake, you know?
By the way, Shane O'Reilly did send another hot dog in.
Hot dog.
No one can say it like you. I can't do that. I can't get the dog part.
Dog. Nobody can Jersey like I can Jersey.
Dude, you can Jersey pretty well. Ocean Man Jersey edition, maybe?
Ocean Man Jersey. Ocean Man sing by the end. Mr. Ocean Man.
Martino said it was an epic facepalm frame that was stuck on there.
Yeah, I noticed that I went like that, and then just crashed on my end.
Yeah. And then you said you were backstage, but you were unable to join the session. That was odd.
Yeah, I was only out for 30 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And then I was messaging you on Twitter.
Oh, I don't have. You know what? I don't have Twitter up. Damn it.
You should have been paying attention.
I should have. I'm sorry, dude. I feel terrible.
So I was saying I'm backstage, but I can't get in.
God darn it.
There you see.
Wow.
So yeah, I was backstage, but it just brought up unable to join session on the stream.
I don't know why.
Didn't like me.
That is, but everyone loves you. Come on now. Don't say that.
Rendezvous doesn't.
Apparently not.
Bloody
I don't know. I got to get on the regular. I spent so much money on this software. I should get off it and get on something that works.
But not today. This month, I had a sneaky suspicion that stuff was going to start coming available.
Yeah.
So I'm like, right, I'm not going to make any purchases per se. I'm going to wait for purchases. So the 2 Coruscant guards cleared, and then my rescue cleared, and that's preparing to ship. The beauty about the rescue is because it's a die-cast Iron Man costume, essentially.
Yeah.
I paid it off in advance. I just paid it off so all I had to pay off for that was the postage and what will be obviously the import fees. Yep. Then there's a Darth Vader. My sideshow Darth Vader's available, so that's preparing to ship. And if those other troopers, if like the shore troopers are preparing, and there's Boba Fett that's been raised up a little bit, and there's something else that's been raised up a little bit, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe for the next few months, we're not going to actively go out. We're just gonna wait for stuff. We're gonna wait for the mountain to come to Muhammad now.
Yeah, I think that in a way, I mean, people are. I find I have become used to staying home and just reorganizing my stuff, moving things around, which isn't such a bad thing. And the fact that my Maji cases are finally coming in, the rest of them I can finally build this display that I've been wanting to do for a long time. Although, you know what I still don't have I still don't have my damn Thanos throne that I ordered in May of 2020. I don't know where it is, and I'm going to get my 3rd Thanos, so I want to do my Thanos triptych display. By the way, I got to ask you.
Sorry, Toys Wonderland have started shipping the Iron Patriot from Endgame.
Yep.
And there's still no word on that from Sideshow.
No, they keep pushing.
Still no word
back
on our datas.
Well, you know where they are. I mean, data got pushed back another month. They're on the ships that are. So I don't know if you've heard, but off the coast of Huntington Beach here.
Yeah, I've heard multiple times now.
well. So do you know they're saying the cause of the rupture was a boat anchor, and so there are so many boats now. Docked anchored off the coast because they don't have anybody. They don't have enough people to run the cranes and enough trucks to move all the containers. So it's been like this ongoing thing. It started out like 40. I think there's like 80 now. 80 container ships. How many of our hot toys are on those ships? Well, at least mine. Come on, man.
Too many.
Too many.
Thor, Iron Man damaged. Mark 50. Mark 85 damaged.
Yeah.
Boba Fett's more troopers.
I'm telling you. Yeah, not good.
I need that data. To get in my.
I know,
my
my data. They did say that it's delayed. Again, but I'm either going to order directly from them for XO6 or.
Well, I'm just going to order from XO6 going forward, which I've done. I ordered Picard directly from them. I've ordered Janeway directly from them.
And they were great.
I think the Doctors, the EMH is the next up. Then 7 of 9.
Yeah. which is going to be a good thing.
And if they seem to be shipping as they've been saying,
Yeah. And
So-
Toys Wonderland, man, they keep adding to their official distributors what they're carrying. So whenever you go to their website, there's always more and more and more and more stuff, which I don't know if is a good thing or a bad thing. Because everything they keep adding, I'm like, I want that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I saw the Venom. Sorry, the Carnage.
Yeah.
And I've already got the Venom on pre-order.
Yeah.
So I'd likely get the Carnage on there. But, I really would have preferred them to have the Spidey logo.
Right.
Which they don't have at the moment. But they will be obviously moving into the Spideyverse later. I ordered the 2 Back to the Future, but not the Cowboy Back to the Futures.
The No Back to the Future 3. Although I think those are
No
beautiful
Back to the Future
figures.
3. I haven't pre-ordered the suit-up version for Silver Centurion.
No, I
But
haven't
I
either,
would
but
be
it's
open
cool.
to ordering a suited up version of the Silver Centurion, which I don't know if they're doing. I think they've already released one in plastic, but they haven't released one in die-cast. And they do seem to be going back through the iron suits for die-cast. But
Yeah.
do I want a suit-up version of the Iron Centurion? I'm like, I want it done if I do. And also, I don't think they've done it quite right.
Why not?
I mean, obviously, I know it's artistic license with the suit, but I don't think they've done this Silver Centurion version quite.
Uh-oh. Well. Oh, he's back.
And what is going on?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening.
Rendezvous. Stop it.
I didn't do anything. I swear to God, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it at all.
Swear to me.
It's not my fault.
That was the rendezvous thing because my connection's fine.
Totally rendezvous thing.
So that's a rendezvous thing. So yeah, I mean, there should be way more silver on their legs than there is.
Yeah.
Particularly on the upper thighs. There doesn't appear to be, there just seems to be like panels of silver, whereas the majority of it again appears to be red. No, that should all be silver. And it's not much of a Silver Centurion. It's more of just a red Centurion with notes of silver. So I haven't ordered that one, which is I'm pleased. I'm proud of myself that I haven't just pre-ordered anything. But I do find myself recently looking at Toys Wonderland for the more of the third-party stuff at the moment because I'm finding that's proving to be a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I'm really looking forward to getting my So-So Toys Robin from Titans. I mean, as much as I'm not a great fan of that show, but I love the Teen Titans, and I figured putting it in my Batman display or whatever. I think it's a great looking toy. Justin's review of it was really good, so I'm happy. I pre-ordered that, like I pre-ordered the Nightwing, so I could do some Titans display. But yeah, I mean, the third part, it's just it's like the Axel Foley they put out. I mean, I've always been collecting these third-party movie figures for a long time, and because they're not going to release, a lot of these figures. Nobody would go out there. A big company is not going to license a lot of this stuff. And when like Hot Toys does, when they do something like the Crow, for instance, Eric Draven, the Crow from the first Crow, I love their figure of the Crow, but it didn't sell well. So there's no incentive. It's all Star Wars and Marvel or DC with them, and I get that, but it would be nice they would go out like their RoboCop line. I really liked it. I mean, that die-cast RoboCop. It's funny.
I could really do with that.
I had forgot to put the gun back, RoboCop's gun, and this gun is really heavy. I mean, it's like, wow. I mean, this is a die-cast gun, and the figure actually comes with two different guns. You've got the die-cast gun, and then you've got the plastic gun, and the die-cast gun go in his hand, or the plastic gun can go in his leg, or whatever. But I just forget how sometimes what Hot Toys, even on their older figures, how great the job that they did with their figures really was, or is. And like we've always said, those Iron Man figures are so great. And the armor, I love the colors of the Rescue figure. I never thought they would do that, but I can't wait to put them like back to back in my display as they're fighting at the end of Endgame. I cannot wait.
Yeah, but it's happening. It's on preparing to ship at my back end at the moment, ladies. So it is preparing to ship. It normally stays like that for a few days, and then I'll get some shipping notice, and then some, hey, pay some import fees.
Hey, now
I had a sorry, go on.
Oh, did you get your Enterprise, your Playmobil Enterprise yet?
Well, it says it's shipping on the 18th.
Oh, on the 18th.
Yeah, it's coming in stock on the 18th, so it's going to be shipping around the 18th. So I've still got another, 2 weeks or so. Let's say.
I have mine right over there. I have not. Because I've got a place for it. I've cleaned the place out where it's going to go.
Yeah,
the perch. It's just, I love it so much. It's so big.
I know. I'm very, very excited
it's just Martino. I can't thank you enough for that goodness.
Yeah, that's going to be a good day when that arrives.
You know what's really interesting? It comes with a hanging option. You know, where it actually comes with a hanger so you can hang it from the ceiling, which I think is a really cool option. And I'm kind of thinking that I might, because I have a couple of model rockets hanging up here that I made, big flying model rockets. And I'm kind of thinking I might hang the Enterprise up there. I just don't know how, because it comes with a USB cord too, where you can like plug it in. I just don't know if I could, because I'd love to keep it plugged in so you can use your phone and I can turn it on and do the sound effects. Not that anyone ever visits me here, but if they did, it'd be cool to have it like that.
I'll just have it for my own amusement, never mind anything else.
I know, right? So. No one ever comes in here. But if they did, it'd be fun. Although,
is anyone allowed in there? That's the question.
People are allowed. It's going to be cleaned up soon. We're bringing Whining About Movies back this weekend. I think Friday with Elizabeth. We're going to do No Time to Die, which you've seen, and we see tonight at 7:00 our time.
Okay. Is it? It's release date.
It opens Friday.
Premiering. Yeah.
And we're going to a special fan event at the Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, seeing it in IMAX. And it's funny, I was saying on the John Campea show, I first bought tickets to No Time to Die in February of 2020. And I had my favorite seats, my favorite theater, and that never happened. I don't think in my lifetime. And then, of course, I bought tickets again, and I was joking, like, maybe I should call the Brinks Armored Car Service because I want to make sure I actually get to the theater. I could just imagine myself driving there and getting in some cataclysmic accident, and I'm standing at the gates of the afterlife with St. Peter, and I'm like, what? What, you killed me on the way home from my house to the theater? I don't get to see No Time to Die? What? I feel...
You might be like, well,
Yeah, that's what St. Peter would say. We've seen it. Yeah. I know.
But, we can watch it in there if you want, but, I think, yeah. Some of the stuff you're going to like, some of the stuff maybe not as much.
Well, what? Wait a minute. S-Beam says, hello, Robin Az. Iron Patriot is here. Review is up. Az, are you getting the 4-pack of Doctor Who? I'm seriously contemplating it. Not a fan of the paint application, but 3 of the 4 sculpts are great. Which
are
Doctor
these
Who?
The new ones?
The new ones?
If they're the new ones from Big Chief, then I haven't seen them yet. Iron Patriot has been released Iron Patriot's been released in Hong Kong but it hasn't here they are. Right. Okay, so there's the new Doctor Who 1 in 6s. Oh, the Capaldi looks great.
Now, where are those on? Are those like on Savvy
I got
or
a
something?
link for you here. I'll drop the link in Twitter. Your Twitter DMs.
Okay.
Big Chief. Some Big Chief Studios. Let's have a look at these at the moment. I mean, obviously, the thing is, you don't want to give money to the BBC. The other thing is, of course, that you do want to have your Doctor Who's. Now, I do have the... Oh, it comes with a K9 as well. Now then, let's have a look at this. So Capaldi comes with his guitar, and he's coming with his Crushed Velvet.
Wow,
outfit.
the definitive series.
Mm.
Wow, you know what? Even the wow, this is pretty dope, dude. Now, are these? Because I have the Big Chief Matt Smith figure.
No, these are the new ones.
These are new ones.
Yeah. The ones that you have at the moment, Big Chief, Zavi are doing their own version of them because they've obviously bought the mold from Big Chief or licensed it off or whatever, so they're redoing those, and they could do those because Big Chief were going to release a new collection of the first 4 of New Who era, which is now out there. And there's a couple of bits off. Initially, I'll say Nine's neck seems to be missing in action.
Well, hang on. I'm going to throw these.
Seems better in another picture. It might just be some weird. The 10th Doctor, there's just something a little bit off about that face sculpt as well.
Yeah, here, I'm going to throw this up. So these are the new, these are from Big Chief, obviously, the new era of Doctor Who. Obviously, there's one in particular missing, but who cares? The four Doctors we've had in the new era. So these are these, I mean, they're definitely there. I think the Capaldi and the Matt Smith are better. The tailoring looks good. I don't know. And then here's another look at them. They're all standing there. Man, look at that. Hey, it's a one-time payment for 1,119 pounds, or 6 installments of 190 pounds. Wow. But you know what? You get the K9. So let me ask you, is this something, would you drop the green on this? Wait, you wouldn't call it green. In America, we call it green. Your money's different colors.
Would you drop the Monopoly on this?
Yeah, would you drop the Monopoly? Would you, what do you think? I mean, the Christopher Eccleston looks a little weird. He kind of looks more serial killer-ish.
Yeah, there's something off about that a little bit, and there's something off about number 10 a little bit on the face sculpt.
The Capaldi looks pretty good, but
the Capaldi and Matt Smith look great.
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, their sculpts are very good.
Yeah. Very much so. Dig them. I'm looking. I'm getting more of the pictures here. Exclusive accessories. Regenerating energy hands comes with the 10th Doctor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's about.
Regenerating. But the thing is, here's my only thing with Big Chief. I will say I did get their Live and Let Die.
Never ship anything?
I got their Live and Let Die figures, and I did not. I slept on the Goldfinger figures, which I'm still kicking myself for. But I ordered their Flash Gordon figures 2 years ago, and their Commander Martin Landau's Commander Koenig from Space 1999. I don't know where that is. I'm like, hey, what's up there, bros? Where are your figures? So I wonder, and Justin has frequently brought up the idea that maybe they're not doing so well, and that's why we're not seeing this stuff. So let me just rifle through these figures. So here's here is the Christopher Eccleston Ninth Doctor figure. His face is just, I don't know. It's not quite there. We got the 10th Doctor here. This is obviously, that's not terrible. The 10th Doctor, not terrible.
It's just not quite right. The hairstyle, the hair sculpt is not.
Now, what do you think of? See, I'm with you.
I tell you what. I think we're so spoiled for amazing head sculpts at the moment that we do expect nowadays, particularly with the amount of money that you pay for these things.
Yeah, £1,100.
If you want to drop, if you £1,100 if you want to drop on all four. So we do get hypercritical of these facial sculpts now.
Yeah,
I can Nine's. I mean, they got the hair for Nine perfect.
Yes,
but it just, the skin wise, it just there's just something off about the mouth. It's like they got a lot of it right, but just a little bit of it is just a little bit wrong. Like 10's suit is great.
Hang on, I haven't thrown that up.
The Converse and sorry, Soko, you gone?
Yeah, here's the 10th Doctor. The obviously again, and I think this looks like you said the trainers, whatever. The clothing looks terrific, and I think you make a really good point. We're so used to now with perfect head sculpts. I mean, I look at this and this isn't a bad looking figure. I just think that the head sculpt is not. It's not perfect. What do you think?
And the photography can also be playing into this slightly as well.
Mm-hmm. We found that out with like Picard.
Oh yeah.
You get that figure in hand, and wow, what a great figure it is. And then, but I have to say this. I think this Matt Smith figure is pretty great. Now I have to say, that's the Matt Smith Doctor Who is the only Doctor Who figure I bought from Big Chief from before. I like Doctor Who, but I didn't follow Doctor Who, but I like the figures. I mean, I definitely covet Gary's collection of his Who figures because they're cool. Once you get them all together, it's great. But I think this figure looks pretty good. And the first one was pretty good, and the head sculpt is pretty great.
This is this is where I get so pedantic. This looks great. The Matt Smith looks great. The only problem with the Matt Smith is we've already had him in the Harris tweed jacket.
Right.
So there's not anything that's really being added to this
yeah.
Why isn't he in the darker suit with the longer jacket now? Why haven't you put him into his next incarnation of his outfit?
I don't know.
That's what it should have been for me. You've done it with Capaldi.
Yeah, here's the Capaldi figure. Yeah, I have to say that this Capaldi figure, I think, is again the facial sculpt isn't perfect. He maybe looks even a little younger, but I love this figure. I mean, you look at the figure with the guitarista in his hands, and I think it looks pretty badass. I mean, this is a pretty great. I think it's a pretty great looking figure. What do you think?
I love the Capaldi.
Yeah,
I mean, Capaldi's my favorite Doctor of the New Who era, anyway. Sonic Screwdriver blue, so he comes with the new Sonic Screwdriver for him, which the other one does not. The other one comes with the green Sonic Screwdriver.
Yeah.
It comes with a Sonic pen as well. Yo-yo, jelly babies in the cigarette case. The Sonic sunglasses as well. Sonic sunglasses folded up. Walking stick. So when he was blinded.
Right.
Guitar, changeable hands times 10. Again, exclusive regeneration energy hands.
Yeah.
Display base with illuminating feature, printed backdrops times 2. I mean, it looks like there's a ton of accessories with these.
Yep.
I mean, Matt Smith, he's got woolen effect sports jacket. Well, that's the Harris tweed that he's got on. Pattern shirt, red bow tie, See, I know, I'm sorry, but even this one, he's still got the red bow tie. It's not as if if they changed it to the blue bow tie version of this. So I know I'm being really finicky, but it's a lot of money. It's nearly 300 quid a figure, you know?
No, it's and I have to say, I mean, I'm looking at this, so let me just show you the first Christopher Eccleston.
Oh, he's got a fish custard bowl. Nice. Raggedy Doll Doctor.
Yeah. But the first
Jammy Dodgers.
The first Christopher Eccleston figure that they did, I think the face sculpt, here's a picture of the first Christopher Eccleston figure that they already put out, and I think that I think this figure looks more like Christopher Eccleston than this figure does. This figure, I mean, I don't know what that. If you look at the difference between the two figures, you know, and kind of compare them, I do think that the first iteration looks better. Although, you know, I mean, he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy to get. He's a tough character to get, you know, correct. So,
So this is the first, this first iteration, I think, that facial sculpt is way better.
I think so too.
It's way better. I mean, the hair's perfect, the ears are perfect. So he's got pretty big ears, and that's the new one. And I know they're trying to anger up the eyes a little bit for the new sculpt. You know, they're trying to give him that real sharp look that he has.
Yeah.
Goy, it's a tough one. Hey, if you think the second one looks better, folks, that's fine. But I'm in agreement with Rob on this. I do think the head sculpt for the first one is actually better.
Yeah.
The outfits are looking better on the second lot all around. Like, even with the Ninth Doctor, we're seeing two different sweatshirts for him already. So he's got the red sweatshirt on in one picture, then he's got the yellow sweatshirt on in another picture. And it says in his accessories, purple V-neck, green V-neck, black V-neck. So he's got he comes with a black one as well. So he comes with 3 sweaters. I mean, like I said, they are coming, they're this price because they are coming with a bucket load of accessories.
Yeah, but the question I have, I mean, this is what I want to know about Big Chief is, where are your figures? I mean, you know, they had Flash Gordon figures. They had Ming the Merciless and Flash that I ordered like 2 years ago, and where have they gone? And the other
where's the canine?
Yeah, where's the canine? And the other figure that I ordered from them that I really want, and this actually goes into is there John Koenig, the Martin Landau from Space 1999, which looks amazing. So this is the Big Chief John Koenig from Space 1999 figure, and here's a couple of looks at it. I think this figure looks tremendous to me, and I am a huge fan of well, let's call me a huge fan of the first season of Space 1999. I just got the new Blu-ray set from Australia, which is amazing, and it also, there's a super chat here from Benzins, sends in a super chat and says, Rob, and by the way, Big Chief is doing that figure. Where is that figure? Who knows? Benzin says, Rob, can you tease me with some of your Eagles collection from Space 1999? Well, it just so happens, Benzins, that I have a picture of myself during the pandemic with long hair, looking a little goofy, standing in front of my Eagle shelf from Space 1999. I can throw up for you. So here it is. Now, these Eagles are all from 1612. They're all 1612 Eagles, and they're prop replica of the Moon Buggy, and when they used to be Product Enterprises, that is a Product Enterprises 23-inch Rescue Eagle. Now, I have more Eagles. I have the Lab Eagle, the model kit of the Lab Eagle, and I have a standard Eagle. I can never get too many Eagles, and I also have the Dragon's Domain eagles coming in, and what is not shown there are the hawks that have joined that shelf. And that is, of course, you can see Christopher Lee's ship from, was it Homebound, from the first season. So you see Captain Xantor. So there you go. Yeah, I got my, that's my eagle collection. And there's always more, dude.
Man.
I got model kits of eagles, and 1612 is also doing 5-inch die-cast eagles that you can get the eagle landing platform from Moonbase Alpha. But that's why, like, I mean, I love Big Chief. I really think they did a great job with their Bond figures, the Live and Let Die figures. But I want their figures, and I don't know. Are you gonna buy? Are you gonna drop? What do you call it? The quid? You drop the quid on that? On those Doctor Who figures? What do you think? Or did you just get one? And by the way, Benson's also said Bond is a great movie. Lots of hints to On Her Majesty's Secret Service with George Lazenby.
What did I tell you before the stream?
I know. But what do you think? Are you gonna? Would you drop the green for these figures? Is something you're gonna?
I mean, I think they look beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hoping that, because how many times do we see when you get the model in front of you, it does the character so much better justice than it does when you see them on the picture. I don't want to give my money to the BBC, but I might have to give my money to the BBC on this one.
Well, you're giving it to Big Chief.
Well,
it's Big Chief that's giving their money to the BBC.
Yeah. Then Big Chief, I suppose, are giving a cut. Obviously, I would like to see more on the accessory side.
Yeah.
There's only 500 sets worldwide.
I know, dude.
Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, when do these actually go up for pre-order?
I don't know. By the way, speaking of Bond, Norwegian Kryptonian sends in a super chat and asks, are there any good 6-scale Bonds? I really want Jaws. Well, what's interesting is Sideshow used to have the Bond license like 15 years ago. And their Bond figures were very hit and miss, but they did do a Jaws. And it was okay. But Big Chief did Goldfinger, and I think I didn't get their Goldfinger figures, but they look great, and I desperately want to get them. And I did get their Live and Let Die line, which I loved. Jeffrey Holder, Baron Smeedy, and Solitaire, Jane Seymour, and then a Bond as Roger Moore's Bond. And they're doing a Dr. No line. Who knows when that's going to come out? Joseph Wiseman and, of course, Bond in his tuxedo. So they did a really, really good job with Bond. And I wish they would do more. But it's tough. I mean, the 6-scale market, it's a racket, dude. I wouldn't want to have 6-scale company because you get people like us complaining about everything.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's not complaining per se. These are expensive figures.
Yeah, it's true.
Regardless of how flippantly we may show some off on a weekly basis, or whatever, we're definitely in a more privileged position when it comes to purchasing these items.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to look at. Like, the amount of people that I've had message me, email me, saying, "Hey, Az, I've bought my first ever hot toy."
I know, and you know what? We've been getting that a lot. The last couple of weeks, I've been surprised. We've had 3 or 4 people send emails out or show pictures, and you know what I like about those emails the most, though? You can tell the people there's joy. There's joy in their words. And I think that's the fun thing about it, is seeing how much people love when they finally get, like the guy who wrote us about getting the Dread Pirate Roberts from Princess Bride. Now that's not a hot toy figure, but I got that figure for Elizabeth because it's one of her favorite movies, and that's a really great 6-scale figure. Comes with multiple head sculpts. Wesley. It's great. And one of our friends who watches the show got that figure, and I know what it was like for that person to get it when they opened it up, because it even has a great box, the whole experience of opening it up is joyful.
Yeah, I can't find where to fucking purchase these Doctor Who goddamn.
Well, that's the thing. Where's that come from? Is it on their website?
It's on the Big Chief website. Doctor Who Definitive joins 10th anniversary. Yada yada. I'm just seeing if it's got like a date.
By the way, I have to. This Lynch Designed just drops in a super chat and says, "I gotta support the crew." Hey Rob, did you see Bandai drop 15 minutes of Space Battleship Yamato 2205? Oh yes, I did.
Oh wow!
But here's what really pisses me off. So I love Space Battleship Yamato, as people might say. My Japanese buyer contacted me and says he's got 8 more editions of my Space Battleship Andromeda, the 4-foot Andromeda. Woohoo! But it's not. You can't. When they did Space Battleship Yamato 2199, they released the Blu-rays in Japan, and they had English subtitles on them. The Japanese never put English subtitles, and they did. They didn't do that for 2202, and they're not doing that for 2205. Shame on you, Japanese people. I love you. I love Japan. I've loved Japan my whole life, but why can't you give me English subtitles on your incredibly expensive Blu-rays that I will buy for Space Battleship Yamato 2205? Because come on, man. Anyway, and then Lynch goes on to say, "Oh, and did your Rex get delayed?" Yes, I got that email last night. Yes, I did. At least Death Watch Mando gets here Friday. Ooh, that's good. And hi, Az. Well, thanks.
Hi.
Thanks.
I'm still
Lynch.
trying to work out. It doesn't. I have no idea how to pre-order these.
Yeah, where are they coming from?
You can't click on anything. Nothing's hyperlinked. There's no date, so it's not
Are
as
you
if there's
saying
a
this
date.
is vaporware? Is this vaporware? Is that what this is? Not good.
Well, I don't know what on earth Big Chief are doing here. Is this just like a teaser until the? But where's the date? Why does it not say available for pre-order on?
Dun 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 dun. I don't know. Man. That's not good.
Unless I'm missing something which I can't see. So if anyone knows when these will be available to pre-order, or if it's now, how? Because this is weird.
I don't
give us
know.
a date, goddammit. Just give us a goddamn date.
Dude, we can't even get ships unloaded here in Los Angeles. And you expect getting a date of Doctor Who figures? Come on.
Well, I mean, Big Chief, like I said, Big Chief, I've not been massively impressed with their service.
No, I want
Even
their
stuff
Ming the
they've had in
Merciless.
stock's taken me, even stuff they've had in stock that I've purchased from them has taken like weeks to get to me.
I mean, I got to go back. The New Kids on the Block XO6. I mean, come on. Those guys are awesome.
Yeah?
A big fan of XO6.
Yeah, I guess this is coming soon TM.
Yeah. Like my John Koenig. I mean, come on. How much do you think that I want this Big Chief figure in this display of Eagle transporters? Let me tell you, I want him a lot in this display of Eagle transporters. So Big Chief, come on, where's my John Koenig? Look at that. He's even got his comm lock there. I mean, come on, man.
It takes a little bit to show up.
Yeah, they got to catch up. But I'm just like, still, old friend. You've managed to kill just about everyone else, but like a poor marksman, you keep missing the target. That's a little Star Trek 2 for you. I know. I'm waiting for XO6 to Star Trek 2. Come on.
Hey,
man.
did you? I mean, that Martin Landau looks fucking amazing.
Dude, doesn't it look great? It looks so good, and like I want it so bad.
Hey, did you see the? Did you see? Oh my God, Jesus Christ! The desecration of Star Wars, Star Trek now from Lower Decks.
Dude, I have to say that what I find really interesting is that I started watching Star Trek when I was 5 years old. And frequently I would watch it with my parents. And the thing about Star Trek, it dealt with very heady, very adult issues in a very adult way. But it was a 4-quadrant show, meaning families could watch it. And over the years, when I was doing, I can't tell you how many people that I've talked to that bonded their families, especially when like TNG was on. So many people I've heard from, they bonded. Watching The Next Generation was a family affair. Multiple generations, grandparents, parents, kids, watch it all together, have discussions afterwards. And then you look at what they did in Lower Decks. And look, I love sex and I love violence and all that. But in Star Trek, it is inherently an optimistic thing that you should be able to share amongst everyone. And when they do something like that, I'm like, God, man, you know what? I think you're betraying what your franchise actually is supposed to be and who it's for.
So
and
you think a guy spreading his legs akimbo, showing off his asshole in Star Trek is not Star Trek-y?
No. And look, you can
How odd.
You can insinuate whatever you want. I mean, obviously, it's true, but I still think that it's not. Star Trek is not that thing. You know, I've watched.
No, it's not that thing in the slightest.
No, and I think I understand. I get it. Everybody wants to push the boundaries and all that, but that isn't what Star Trek inherently is.
Well, there's pushing boundaries, and the Next Generation pushed boundaries. It pushed the boundaries when they got the the same virus that they did from.
Yes, look, but they do it when she's like, when Tasha Yar's like, "Are you fully functional?" and Data's like, "Well, yes." How fully functional? And you can do that, but then she pulls him into her room and the doors close.
Exactly. That's all you needed to know.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like they insinuate
their legs.
Yeah, like Tasha Yar fucks Data to the point where, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. But it's the way it's presented, and like how many people? I mean, let's face it. I mean, Denise Crosby was hot, but I don't want to watch Data running through his entire repertoire of all the modes of pleasuring he knows as they spend the night together. While on one hand, that could be very erotic and very interesting. Under the Star Trek milieu, it would not have been what Star Trek is.
No.
And there is a tonal issue there, and what you can and can't show. And I feel modern Star Trek, Picard is a murder show, pulling people's eyes out of their sockets, blowing people up, killing people. And the thing is, Star Trek has never shied away from death. Star systems have died, starships have died, thousands of people have been eliminated, but it's the way it's presented. And when you start going into that, it becomes something that it's not.
The murder machine.
A murder machine or the sex machine. Yeah! But I don't think that that's what Star Trek is meant to convey. And it was, like, I get it. But it just, the franchise is becoming... I feel like the idea of Star Trek has been thrown out on this ocean and it's just dissipating in the sea. And it's disappearing before our eyes, and it's unfortunate.
Oh, it's definitely doing that. Yeah, I couldn't believe. I thought somebody was taking the piss.
Yeah, no.
When that image came up, and then they're like, "No, this is the episode," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm glad that I've dip from this just to mitigate." It's like the only way they think they can get a reaction is now through shock, and if that's how the only way that you feel you can get a reaction, then you've lost already, because it proves that you can't write intelligently enough to hold an audience. So hey, we're gonna go with the risky shock factor and have some guy splay his asshole. Yeah, because that's new Trek. That'll get the kids into Star Trek.
Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do? But so anyway, you said you had something to
not
show
watch
this
Lower
week.
Decks, which is what I do.
Yeah, you said you had some things to show.
Yeah, I got a couple of things. Let's get the first one off. I hasn't been into this G.I. Joe classified stuff. This arrived.
Oh,
We got Breaker.
wait a minute! Look at that!
Yeah, it comes with his bike.
Wow.
So yeah.
Now is
So,
that no? Hang on. Is that 12th scale? So is that a 6-inch figure?
Yeah, this is 12th scale. So this is 6-inch figure.
Wow.
The Baroness, she came with a bike as well. So now we've got one of the goodies. We've got Breaker who comes with the bike. So
wow,
up there,
that's really
he's
cool.
got the Gatling gun there. The bike itself, pretty dope.
Mm.
And then we got Breaker there with their little accessories.
Yeah.
That's a bit. I really do love this G.I. Joe classified series. And I mean, geez, you gotta grab them, because as soon as anything remotely rare comes along in terms of, you know, what people love when it comes to the series, then hold on, I just need to make
Oh,
sure
look at that! It's still in the packing box.
Yeah, I just need to make sure I'm not going to dox myself. I shouldn't have an address
Oh, right.
or anything on it.
Well,
Right.
hang on.
Yeah.
Here, I'll cut to me. So here, I'm full screen, so no one can see you. Ah. I just want to make sure that no one sees your address, because I've done that online. I've been stupid and been like, oh, I just put my, and someone's always like, Rob, you just put your address online. I'm like, oh, well, send me food. Whatever. Send me hot toys. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you back. What do you
Bringing
got?
me back.
What
So
do you
yeah,
got?
if I open this up,
Is that a hot? Oh, wow, another one.
So yeah, it's another.
How many Coruscant cards do you have? You know what I love? Hold that up again. Hold the front up again, because I love the bottom. Those bottom that extra added thing they do, because all of the 12-inch Star Wars figures, whether it's Sideshow making them or Hot Toys, they all have to look uniform. But Hot Toys has figured out a way around it to put those. I love those color bands that they add to their boxes. They're so cool.
Well, I'm pretty sure that when the Darth Maul ships, the one from the Clone Wars, but it's obviously done as if it was a realistic figure. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure that he comes with a sarcophagus that he was imprisoned in.
Oh wow. Okay.
In the final season. So if that's the case, if I am correct on that, I think I am. I'll check in a second. Then having 4 like Coruscant guards, 2 at the back, 2 at the front, because these are the guards. These are the guards that were guarding, I guess is the word I really want.
That's why they're Coruscant
Darth
guards.
Maul. Yeah, that's why they don't
They're
necessarily
guarding.
have to be on Coruscant, I guess. They already are the security aspect of it. So there's 4 of those now. I've got 4 of the reds, 2 just blues, and 6 blue with Ahsoka Tano helmet.
See, I have a lot of the old Sideshow clone troopers, which
You
I
are
think
correct, us. Thank you.
I've never opened them up. I gotta up above me. I have boxes of figures I've never opened that are old, like the old Sideshow figures. And I think you're gonna see that finally I'm shifting the background. It's a little junky in here now, but I have my little my WandaVision figure. Or Wanda. My Wanda Maximoff. I love this figure.
The Scarlet Witch.
My Tonner Dolls figure, my quarter scale. I love this figure so much. I do. and this company went out of business. I can't believe it. I'm so pissed. But hey, I got this at Comic-Con like 10 years ago or something. But still, yeah.
Well, there is that Ishtola doll from Final Fantasy 14, which is up for pre-order for a limited time.
Are you going to get that?
It's £1,000.
Drop in the bucket. The answer is yes, Az. It is yes.
We've just been debating the merits of 4 Doctor Who's culminating to 1,100.
Yeah.
And now it's debating the merits of one figure for 1,000, which is literally a doll. And he's like, hey, drop it. Yeah, drop it.
Come on, man. It depends.
Living in a material world, and I am a material girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's 60 centimeters tall. That,
ladies.
I mean, that would. I know, ladies. that would have to find somewhere very special if that was to ever get done. But it's so unique, you just don't know. Okay, hold on. Somebody says, show us. I'll get a link.
Yeah, where is the link on? I'll say it.
I will drop it in your Twitter,
ladies.
Here it is. Wow. Yeah. So this is it's so weird because the way that the model looks, it looks like tiny. You know, it all just looks like a regular size, but
sure,
it's 60 centimeters. 60 centimeters. That's a chunk. That's
wow. Check this
big?
out. Wait a minute, though, dude. Come on.
I've linked it to you.
I'm looking at it, and
yeah.
I gotta say,
bring that up. And,
I mean, bring this. Hang on, and wow. Have you ever bought anything from? Okay, first of all, I gotta bring this up in multiple parts. So here's the first part of it, and I have to say, like, this looks pretty great, but I don't think you can really appreciate it. I got to go and get more of the detail. Hang on, I got to get more of the detail here because this looks phenomenal. I mean, at 60 centimeters, this thing is huge. I mean, it's huge, and I've got to get like a more now, this is, wow, dude, I'm looking at this stuff and I'm just like, oh my God. The costuming on this thing is just, it looks incredible. Oh, look at this. I'm trying to get the best pictures to show. It's so good. It looks so good. This thing. Wait, hang on. Run that by us again.
Width, 13 centimeters. Depth, 7 centimeters, height 62.5 centimeters, and that says from the bottom of the doll's boots to the tip of the ears.
Wow.
So that is huge. Now, Ishtola's Bay, as everyone, if you play Final Fantasy 14, you know everyone knows Ishtola's Bay. She's waifu.
Yeah, I have to say, I mean, look at this picture. I'm looking at this. So this is a huge figure, and the costuming on this figure is, see, the thing is, the video game figures are not, I've had a few, like I have a third-party Dante figure from Devil May Cry, so I haven't bought a lot of figures, but this figure, knowing how big it is, I mean, this is a dope-ass figure. I mean, I love the design of it, and wow, it really looks incredible. I mean, there's a couple of ganders at it. This is great, but it's huge. I mean, it's a big figure. So what would that be, being an American, centimeters? How tall is it? Let me convert it.
62.5 centimeters. Do you want it in inches?
Yeah. So would that be like 45 inches? Or?
That's 24.6 inches.
Oh, so that's how much I know about conversion.
Yeah.
So it's 2 feet tall.
It's 20.
12 inches is a foot, so 24 inches is 2 feet tall. That's a big girl.
That's a big girl.
That's a big girl.
Ladies.
Yeah, I mean, I love this figure. I mean, it looks like it's just beautifully designed, but I have to say, man, that's some pricey shit.
It is. I mean, that is £1,000. Never mind dollars, pounds.
Although I have to say, it's
insane.
a Dolphy Dream in collaboration with high-end makers, doll makers, Volks. So it's kind of like what Tonner did with my beloved Scarlet Witch. Tonner Dolls was a doll maker that made, rooted hair, and I love their Marvel and DC dolls they did. Their high-end dolls. They were like $250 each, but I love them. They were really, really high-end figures as dolls go, so that's why it's expensive.
I mean, this is ultimate collector stuff,
right?
This is where you do get onto the. Did you show some of the images of the full figure?
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's an example. I'll put it up again. Here's an example of well, it's not quite. I'm just using the pictures that they have. But I'm looking at this Dolphy Dream. I mean, everything these people are doing, I'm looking them up. Volks USA Dolphy hobby scale models. I mean, they have a whole store, the Dolphy Dream store, Volks USA, and wow, if you go there, it's wow. They go to. Yeah, go to Volky. So it's
okay. I'm on the site. Yeah,
Volks
yeah.
USA store, and go to their Dolphy Dream figures. I mean,
Dolphy Dream standard models or Dolphy Dream?
Dolphy. I guess it would be Dolphy Dream, just Dolphy Dream figures. And
well, there's the Ishtola that comes up here.
Yep, it comes right there.
Okay, here we go. Dolphy Dream. So we have the Ishtola.
How crazy is they've got you can actually buy doll parts and make your own doll. Wow, this is pretty cool. I've never seen this before, but oh my god, on this show you learn something new every day. I mean,
I know. I mean, this is
wow,
fascinating stuff, really.
I mean, Dolphy Dream standard models, limited models, base body option parts. So if you want to make, the bodies alone are $328.
No, I don't want to get you excited, but you can buy chairs.
What?
There are chairs here to purchase.
No, on Dolphy accessories.
Standard chair. Yeah. If you go to Super Dolphy, and there is oh my god, there is an unbelievable
I'm looking at the accessories, but
is it cabriolet style Victorian Rocco burgundy?
What?
Oh
my god!
Out of stock, but $330. Oh, it looks.
Okay,
wow.
Everybody knows that I have an action figure chair fetish.
You have a chair boner,
dude. I have a chair boner. I have a chair boner. Wow. So for those of you,
this is. Crazy,
I don't know what scale these Dolphy figures are considered, but let me just show you this chair. I got to throw this chair up. My god. Okay, look at this chair. One of my favorite chairs is the chair that Hot Toys packed their Vito Corleone figure with. But my god, does this chair, I need but this chair, this action figure chair, retails at the Volk store. This chair is $300. Dude, it's out of stock, which means people bought it. Wow, why'd you have to I don't know why are we here? What brought us to this site?
Well, I mean, I mentioned the Ishtola because of how. Look at that chair, though. That chair's great.
Oh, dude. Wow. I don't know.
Love the way they got the curtaining behind it as well.
Dude, I know.
The
I
drape
know.
behind it. That is, I'd love a chair like that in reality.
Yeah. I don't even.
That's pretty damn crazy. And how tall is that? Product size, height 43 centimeters, width 31 centimeters, depth 31 centimeters.
That's a big chair.
That's a big chair.
You know what?
But you might get
I
fan
gotta
off in
say,
it.
I think my Scarlet Witch could sit in that chair. I
Yeah?
think she definitely could be casting spells from that chair. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at that rooted hair. Man, do I love
chilling,
redheads.
watching some, watching some.
Yeah,
shit
I
go
could put
down.
her in like a badass outfit. Like, why did Tonner dolls? Come on, guys. Poor Tonner. I love Tonner. They were always
Oh
in
my
San
god!
Diego.
Oh my god! There was a cameo back settee.
Wait, what? Uh-oh.
There is a $638 settee.
What?
This is insanity.
Oh,
And
God.
it's in stock, Robert.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I will drop the link into your Twitter.
Uh-oh.
But this is also I saw like a sofa or something as well.
Oh, my... What? What? Are you
here we
kidding
go.
me?
Oh, my
Are you-
lord. I'm going to link this to you as well. We're showing, literally just showing each other furniture now.
Okay.
Toy furniture.
But it's furniture for figures.
I've linked another
Okay,
sofa.
wait, I
That
got you guys.
sofa's
You guys.
fantastic.
Okay, my action figure chair fetish. This is problematic.
It's evolving.
Okay,
It's evolving.
here it is. Here's this chair. This better be like real Corinthian leather. Wow. Oh my God. Okay, so look at this chair. First of all, this is so wrong. I don't even know why I'm. Why? You know, I'll tell you something. My sister was a kid, my mother got her involved in. I think it was a Swedish company called Lundby, and it was a Swedish company called Lundby, and they made dollhouses. And it was really an expensive doll. So you buy the dollhouse, and it was electric. You could actually buy furniture and plug shit in. I think I liked that dollhouse way more than my sister did. And my mom would always give her this really expensive high-end furniture. And I'm like, I love this. So maybe that's where my chair fetish came from. But this last thing that you sent me, here's this beautiful couch. This is called the wood frame sofa. It's $220. What? Just yeah, apparently. I don't even know what to say, man. No, it is.
Yeah, it is in stock. It is in stock.
Smooth synthetic leather, dark brown. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I mean, it's not like you're a detective from The Wire who in your downtime makes miniature furniture. Come on.
Come on, man.
It's not good. I don't even know what to say to this. Mr. Tickle Trunk. Mr. Tickle Trunk is here, sends in a tip and says, "It's time. Let us gaze upon masterfully crafted plastic tat and tat
Yeah.
and groan. Pull that trigger, everyone. Pull if good." Well, those chairs are good, but I can't buy a $600 miniature chair. I mean, I get a whole quarter scale
Robert,
Hot Toys.
that's not the answer that we like.
I know. I can't do it.
You saying
can't
that
do
your Scarlet Witch isn't worthy of that? Unbelievable.
Well, she is, but $600. That's a lot of work I have to do.
Yeah,
for a
that's
chair.
that's a lot of videos and a lot of screaming.
For a chair. Benjamin Flensborg sends in a super chat. He must have sent in a sticker. By the way, what a cool name. Benjamin Flensborg. I love that name.
Danish.
That is a great name.
What?
Send in an early super chat, and she said she already said that she's getting ready for the New York Comic Con. This is Mr. Tickle Trunk says, after how you open the show, I think it bears repeating again. I don't know why you're surprised fully articulated turned into a thing or hot toys, because every one of your harebrained schemes has turned into a show. That's pretty true. You know, I just thought of doing shows, and it's not just me. It's is doing shows. Everyone's doing shows. I mean, that's what it is. Creativity. We're trying to bring love and entertainment to the masses. And then we've got flirtations between Martino Silmoni and hello, Martino Silmoni, and Martino says with a bunch of smiley faces. And then Benjamin Flensborg sends in another super chat. Andrew Matthews says, are you going to get a nose ring after Belle's attack?
Yeah, maybe.
I'd pay to see that. You should do a whole video about you getting a nose ring.
The temperature's definitely dropped here in the UK over the course of the last week or so.
Politically or actual temperature?
Oh, actual temperature.
Okay.
And it's been a bit chilly overnight. So I'm wrapped up nice and warm in my bed, and then Belle, once I've got settled, jumps down and wants to crawl under the covers with me and get nice and wham. She's been
I get that.
She's been doing that, and it's been really cute. It's been nice bonding with her, and it's nice that she she trusts you and all that kind of stuff. It's beautiful things that animals can give you.
Yes.
And one night, a couple of days ago, I fell asleep with her next to me. She was up against my chest, and she was obviously a bit, she got nice and warm, and so her legs were out of the duvet. And I fell asleep, and I got woken up with her dreaming, and she flayed one of her legs, arms, whatever. And the claw was out, and it went into my nose and stuck into my septum. And I was like, ah! So I got woken up like by this. And I was like, ah. So I had to go like, ah. To unhook it from my septum, and then your immediate reaction is like, Belle, and then you just look down at her, and she's just
twitching.
Well, she's just sort of awake because you've sort of gone Belle, and she's just
she doesn't know. She just
exactly.
Thinks yeah.
So you just you can't get mad. You can't get messy. So you just and then you just pet him, and drift back off to sleep. But yeah, it was for a couple of days. Thankfully, only a couple of days. My septum was sore.
Well, see, in LA, people don't have septums because we snort so much blow here that our septums they get you have to have done. Martino said Az was unable to join the session. Shane O'Reilly asks actually a good question. Gentlemen, can you recommend a 12-inch Frankenstein's monster figure? Now, Sideshow, that's how Sideshow began by making Universal Monster figures. And then they did a lot of Jason and Freddy. But I don't know if anyone's done a recent definitive Universal Monsters line recently with the new technology and new head sculpts, new painting. So I don't have an answer. Do you know anything about that?
No.
I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, I'm sort of having a look at a 12-inch Frankenstein. I mean, you should put Frankenstein's monsters. But
yeah, that's what I did.
On the internet, there's so much. Oh, that's a really good one. Fuck.
Yeah, this one.
That's a pretty damn good one from MWC Toys here.
Yeah,
that's a Metzco. That's a 1 in 12 though. So that's
yeah.
That looks good.
I have to say that there is a store that I've been buying from for years called Monsters in Motion. here in California, Monsters in Motion, and they might have. That's where that'd be the first place that I would go to. I don't know if they have it, but that would be the first place I would go to. It's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of 1 in 12. There's some great 1 in 12s, but I'm not seeing a 1 in 6.
Jubs McGee sends in a super chat and says, "Evening all. Took 2 weeks, but my So-So Toys Spider-Man Noir came, and let me tell you, Hot Toys quality, half the price. I may have ordered 3 other Spideys now." Well, that's exactly the answer. I mean, I might not drop the green on a $600 chair today, but I think, look, So-So Toys, Az and I have recently, we got their Emerald or Green Avenger, the CW Green Arrow, right?
Green Arrow, yeah, that's the great figure.
That's a great figure. The Butcher from The Boys, I got that figure. That figure is great, and I should have in a week. I mean, I'm waiting for the Titans Robin that looks great. I mean, Justin already reviewed it on his channel. It's really, really good. And I think they do a really good job. I'm a big fan of So-So Toys. Big fan. Bob Dylan sends in a super chat and says, "Iconic Q Studios Ryu, and they teased Ken. You both need it." Well, I have to look at that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan is a great, great man.
Singer.
And Bob.
Oh my God, my eyes are just absolutely hating the sun lamp.
But Iconic Studios, Rio Street Fighter. Wow, I got to see what this looks like here. Wow, that's dude, that's a dope figure. I mean, I don't know if I would enter. It's yes, yo, dude, it is. I mean, I wouldn't buy this figure because I don't have necessarily a connection to Street Fighter. But oh my God, this is a really cool figure here. I'm going to I'll put it up
behind me here. I've got the Street Fighter board game that Angry Joe kickstarted. That eventually arrived.
I have to say, this is a 6 scale figure, and it looks. I mean, this does look fantastic. And there is. I'm going to send it to you there is a video. There's a YouTube video of this figure, which I will drop into the live chat here. So I'm putting it in the live chat so you can see it. You should be able to see it now. But this is a pretty great looking figure. I mean, for 6 scale, it's very, very cool if you can see it. But I did put it in the live chat so you can watch the video.
Chat won't be visible in live broadcast.
What?
It says to me.
What do you mean? That's terrible.
I know.
Do you see it now?
No, it's gone now.
What do you mean it's gone now? You can't see the picture?
Now the live chat's gone completely.
What? How is the live chat gone? I'm looking at the live chat.
I know. It's not. I just got you on my screen.
Oh my God.
Rendezvous does not like
That's so weird. I got to figure that out. Tomas sends in a tip and says, "Is there anything that you're looking forward to from New York Comic Con?"
Great.
Where
can you get that from?
From Iconic Studios. Here, I'll send you.
Sorry, I'll look it up.
Yeah, Iconic Studios, and isn't that great? And I did put the video.
Awesome.
I'll send you the.
Iconic Studios.
Here, I'll send you the.
Yeah, there's a lot of Iconic Studios for different things.
Here, I will send it to you. Yeah, you're gonna love this because it's great, and if you look at it, it's awesome. I'm putting it in Twitter for you, sir.
Cheers, Petal.
I'm gonna put it in Twitter. It's these chairs, dude. Come on.
I know.
Here you go. I sent you the link to the product. That's a pretty great figure.
Oh, okay.
So it's in Twitter. Tomas was asking, is there anything we're looking forward to from the New York Comic Con? I mean, you know, I would love to know if they're gonna, if Hot Toys will reveal more Star Wars or DC things we don't know are coming. Curious about that. That's about it. And of course, any trailers or footage or anything they're going to care to drop, and then DC fandom, you know. Insematic 10.
Did you press enter? It's not come through on Twitter.
Oh, it says wait. It said message failed to send.
What?
Yeah, keep sending. Try again. Oh, is this some bullshit? Twitter's down. No, it looks like it went through.
Okay, it's come through now. It's come through. What is going on?
Dude, I don't even know. What's weird?
What is going on today, dude?
Insematic.
Oh,
I know.
shit.
Dude, I know, right? Come on.
Oh, calm the F on. This is freaking amazing.
Well, there you go. Bob Dylan is not wrong. Bob Dylan knows his 6-scale shit. He's the guy that makes those he makes the trivia contests or the tests, the games.
Oh, the one that I absolutely schooled you and Justin on.
Pretty much that one. Yeah. Embarrassed us.
Yeah.
By the way, Justin has been...
When I got the Jill Valentine, you guys... you guys were just like, what the fuck?
Come on, dude.
Man.
By the way, Justin, Justin got 46 Moji cases.
Wow.
And he's been building, he's been sending me pictures. I know, I've got 9. But I only have place for 9. It's like the Hollywood Squares. But he had a picture the other day where his dog had climbed into a Moji case halfway up his stack and left, and the dog was sleeping in the Moji case as he's building it.
Nice.
It was the greatest thing ever. And I said to him, I go, you should just leave that open for your dog. Yeah, and just isolate that Moji case so the dog can just, whenever you stream, your dog is just sleeping in the Moji case. Put a dog bed in there. That'd be the greatest thing ever. And he's like, he was afraid the dog would knock other figures. And no, you can isolate that. Just set up the walls. He'll never get into the other figures. I think that's the greatest thing ever. Insematic 101 says, what's up? Just happy I had court today and I won. So I'm just happy. And I love this show. Well, you can't tell us you went to court and you won and not say what it is.
Yeah.
Come on now. Man of War 665 Neighbor of the Beast says, Mezco has a 1/12 Eric Draven coming out, but I'm not sure anyone on this panel could be the least bit bothered. Bruh. I've got my 6-scale Hot Toys Eric Draven right in my eye line right now. I just, what do we think about Az about 6 scale?
1 in 12.
Yeah, that's a
problem. I zoned
problem.
out when it's 1 in 12, and I zoned out.
I mean, look, I will say, I am not beyond having Mezco 1 in 12 figures. I do. If they're like Dawn of the Dead is one of my favorite movies in the world, do you think I wasn't going to buy this Mezco? I mean, it's not open. I still have the cellophane around it. Do you think I'm not going to buy this because it's 12th scale?
Well, you're not going to display it either.
Well, I mean, I could display it. Even the box is kind of, but I've got like Clockwork Orange. I've got Danger Diabolic. I have the tin from the Warriors. So I've got movie figures that I buy.
Come out to play, eh?
That's right. So Man of War 665. I won't be buying the 12 scale Eric Draven because I have the Hot Toys Eric Draven. So there you go. Tom Jr. Jackson says Zavi is taking No Time to Die 4K pre-orders, Rob. Well, the lovely Emma Bannon already told me HMV has their own 4K box set. So I don't know. I have to look. I don't know. I mean, I have to get all the Bond movies, but I kind of want the big box set of all the Bond films in 4K. All of them. The whole 25.
Sorry, I am just drooling over this.
I know, dude. Well, that's why Bob Dylan knows what's up. He knows what's up.
This is insane.
Yeah. Well,
Q2, Q3 next year, though.
Benzins says, I wish they would release an X bomber and a Die X from Starfleet. I know it was years ago, but that show was fantastic. Are you liking Foundation, Rob? Well, Benzins, that's... Wow, first of all, I would love an X... Somebody had to have made an X bomber from those shows. Come on. And a Die X. I'm sure somebody did. Aoshima, maybe? Somebody must have. Are you liking Foundation? I liked the first 2 episodes. I mean, it's all over the place, but it's beautifully made, so I love seeing literary sci-fi done on that scale. Have you watched any Foundation, Az? Do you have Apple Plus?
No, I don't have Apple TV or whatever it is, so I haven't seen any of it. Is it any good?
You know what? I'm enjoying it because it's... I mean, at the end of this second episode, I'm like, wait, what? That's all I've watched. I haven't watched the 3rd episode yet, but it's. I think it's quite good.
Sorry, I'm watching the video for this.
I know, right?
It's just.
I know, right? Yep.
I have to have this.
But you know what's great about that is you can. You can. Anybody can have anything they want on this show. Daryl the Derelict says, "Hail Rob and Az, many red shirts have died to bring you this entertainment." It's true.
Oh no!
Many red shirts did die.
Don't say that.
In the form of dollar bills that we had to spend to get here.
No.
Hitchhiker had to bring this up. Hitchhiker42 sends in a super chat and says, "Hi Rob, there's an auction. I think it's the prop store out of the UK. There is an auction in November with a prop eagle from Space 1999. It is a screen used. I believe it's a 44-inch. A prop eagle from Space 1999. It at propstoreauction.com, along with an X-wing from Return of the Jedi."
Oh wow!
Don, I don't care about the X-wing. Look, if my film career was not so indie and I'd become a rich, wealthy man, I would absolutely, without hesitation, buy that eagle. Unfortunately, I mean, I can barely keep up with my Hot Toys pre-orders. So I will never be able to buy it. But I've seen the picture. It looks great. Looks great.
I mean, you would have absolutely have seen it.
That's why I buy 1612 Eagles. And by the way, the 1612 Eagles, you can't really tell, but I have like every different iteration of the 1612 Eagles, and I love them so very much. But will I get the prop eagle? Can't do that, but I do love my Eagles. Matt Line says, what do you think of the Iconic Studios 1/6 Patrick Bateman, the same company that made that Ryu? It's amazing, and I've pre-ordered it. So there.
I'm going to have a look at that now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do that as well. Because I'm there, so let me see if I can.
Oh my lordy!
Let's see, 6 scale American Psycho.
Oh my goodness me!
Yeah, right.
Such a good film though as well.
I mean, this American Psycho figure is it's great. I'll give you the accessories that it comes with are amazing.
This studio is this is piquing my interest.
Right? Now, I've shown this figure on this show before, but here's a glimpse. Here's Patrick Bateman, because I have a collection of serial killer figures. Here's their Iconic Studios Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, Christian Bale, multiple head sculpts, blood splatters. I mean, this is some cool shit. Cool shit. So, cool shit. You ordered the Ryu? It's already done. God, I love this show. Doesn't it make you happy?
There's no way. There is no way I cannot purchase that. It is absolutely beautiful. Like, beautiful. That's crazy. It's just crazy good. Crazy good. Crazy good. Crazy good. Crazy good.
Now, I gotta see. There's another. I love when people are asking us if we've seen various things. Trick or Treat Studios has a 6-scale Michael Myers. Well, Sideshow just released a 6th-scale Michael Myers from Halloween. Oh, wait, here it is. Wow, this looks pretty good. Now I'm looking at it. I don't know if it's as good as is it Sideshow? Looks good. Looks good. We'll see. Lynch Designed sends in a well, hang on, let me finish with so Batsy 41 sends in a super chat and says, "Hey, Rob and Az, have you seen the Trick or Treat Studio 1/6 Michael Myers figures? I'm looking at that. What are your thoughts? My Halloween 78. Oh, I got my Halloween 78. I love it for the price." Well, that's a good. Oh, and he gives us a hot dog. Hot dog.
Hot dog.
I would say it looks good for the price. I haven't seen it, but I haven't held it. But there is that new. Is it Sideshow? It's like $250. There's been many Michael Myers over the years, and they're all, they're not. Some of them have been better than others. So this, for the price, if you like it, the question is, do you like your figure? That's all that matters. And if you like it for the price, I think that's a good thing. Lynch Design sends in a super chat and says, "Rob, your Wenwu figure is paid in full? First batch from Toys Wonderland? Wait, what? I got you Shang-Chi as well. First batch since I got Leia, A New Hope Leia for his birthday. What? Lynch, are you kidding me? All I can do is, I bow to you. That is amazing. That I don't know what to say.
God, I am absolutely blown away by this review. I am blown away by it.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Incredible.
Damn. It is incredible. But I gotta pay Lynch mad props. I mean, I can't thank you so much for that. I don't know what I've done to deserve such love from you, but thank you so much. I mean, I'm a huge fan of that movie, and the biggest disappointment of this year of 2021 was the cancellation of the Tony Leung Lust Caution 2-pack. As knows, I wanted a Tony Leung in that linen suit from Lust Caution. They just canceled it, and the reason they canceled it, and until I hear differently, I'm going to just say this: the reason that figure was canceled is I was the only person who pre-ordered it.
Oh.
I was like, Tony Leung from Ong Lee's Lust Caution? My God, what an erotic, historical, 30s, awesome epic that is. I've often said if I was Chinese, I would be Tony Leung. That's who I'd want to be. And I thought I was going to get the weirdest action figure 2-pack ever. And it didn't happen. And then Hot Toys comes along with Wenwu. So, Lynch, you're a great man. I will have to repay you somehow. But it comes out in like 2022 or something. But thank you so much. Manowar 665 Neighbor of the Beast says, "I just got in the best DVD transfer of Michael Mann's The Keep. I would trade my aging left nut for Warman, Klemfer, Gleeken, and Radu Molisar figures." Well, it's funny that you say that. Because, let me see if I can get it. Hang on. This first. It's going to collapse. I just had a big collapse. I have the laser disc of the Keep. The widescreen laser disc of the Keep. And thanks to the lovely Emma Bannon, the recently released vinyl soundtrack, the Tangerine Dream vinyl soundtrack from the Keep. I'm not saying I'm cool or anything, but I'm just saying, And I also have a file of a film print of the Keep, which I'm happy to send you if you send me the email. Andy LDN says, "Did you order your McCready from The Thing, your Kurt Russell from The Thing from Toys Wonderland?" I think that's 6th scale. or a 12 scale.
12 scale.
Yeah, and I've looked at it. I haven't ordered it yet, but it is.
It looks great, but no. 6 scale, I'd be all over it.
I know, dude. What are you gonna do?
I'd be all over it, but no, not 12 scale.
I know, but I do want it. I do want it. It looks good. Maybe I should get because it is the kind of. But it's again it is 12 scale and but I have some, so I should do it. Squirt Russell just said, I bought myself on Toys Wonderland. Is that self-pleasure? Well, I would say every time you buy an action figure, it's self-pleasure. But if you bought yourself, I don't know what that says about you.
If you bought yourself a self. If you bought yourself a self, then
I don't know what that means. But
yeah.
KC Mack sends in a super chat and says, my Hot Toys Mysterio figure is almost paid off. Should I be getting that in November? Well, yeah, because I believe, I've been paying mine off too, but they haven't sent it to me. But you already have your Mysterio, right? Yeah, you got it. It's great.
Yeah,
I would say that if they have more, yes, you should get them.
All depends when you. I think it all depends on when you ordered. There again, I don't even know if it does, because I swear to God, there's stuff I've had that I pre-ordered after you, and I've only put a deposit on, and you've been got it before me and paid it off and stuff and weird shit. But,
dude, the saga of my Infinity War Captain America, or my Endgame Captain America.
Yeah. How many months? 2 months? 3 months since I had mine? You got yours eventually?
Yeah, eventually. You got yours in February. Mine came in June, July.
Yes.
Yeah. Sends in another super chat. Well, thank you. This is a good question. Stubble McShave from Sweden says, do you have any interest in the new Game of Thrones series? It will take a lot of great marketing to win me back. I still feel betrayed by the poor execution of seasons 7 and especially 8.
No.
That's it? No?
No. I have absolutely no interest whatsoever. I know the internet lost their tish yesterday because suddenly they've just forgotten about the beating that they received from HBO for the last 2 or 3 seasons. No. I lost every scrap of interest in Game of Thrones. I have no interest in even rewatching Game of Thrones.
Now, I'll tell you something about that.
Killed my interest. That show in season.
Elizabeth and I recently rewatched all of Game of Thrones. And when you do that, and we binged it all in a week, I have to say that the fall off of seasons 7 and 8 are criminal. And I have to say, even up through season 5, and there's a lot of season 6 I love, the Battle of the Bastards and all that. There's a lot to love there, but my God, there are missteps in season 7 and 8 that are so egregious, and it's the final 4 episodes of season 8 are just one of the great audience,
because I think the first 2 episodes are a waste of time.
Well,
complete fucking waste of time, and then the last 4 episodes are just a comedy show.
Well, the thing is, I think that I would say this: I like the first 2 episodes because they're character driven, and it's like you're putting the pieces in place, and you're thinking that it's going to go somewhere, but it doesn't. It was not good.
Bran and Tarth was such a shit shag that Jamie would rather go back to King's Landing and potential death and fuck his own sister again.
Yeah, it was.
Than stay with her.
Terrible.
That's a bad shag, dude.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what's not bad?
The figure's great. That figure's great.
This figure. I love this figure. And you know what? I'll take her off Jamie's hands. Just saying. Thank you, Brienne.
I'll take off Jamie's hands in her 19 seconds in Star Wars Force Awakens.
This is actually these are pretty good figures, I have to say. I enjoy them.
No, it successfully just annihilated any interest I have in the world, the franchise, everything.
Terrier from Norway says, missed the start. Did you see the Prince statue? Bro, come on. 6-scale Prince statue. You think I don't want him right up there on my with Freddie Mercury, John Lennon, and Jimi Hendrix, who's soon to be joined by David Bowie and Bob Marley? Do you think I'm not going to have that? And by the way, a friend of Justin's got me the old Enter Bay Elvis figure as well. And if you can ever get my band, my 6-scale band is growing. Unfortunately,
I mean, they're no ocean, but they're okay.
Yeah, well, you're an actual pop star. I might have to add a 6-scale as figure to my because you are a pop star after all.
Bonafide.
The front man of the greatest band ever.
Charting, yes.
Which is amazing. Lynch Design says, "Oh look, he bribed. So he wants my Alien Legion comics. You know what? He says he asks me twice a year. I have them. They're here. I will send them to you. You can have them, all of them, all the ones I have, which are a lot. They're yours. I have no problem with that. A Radio Man.
How can you not buy this Ryu?
Me?
Everyone in the world.
Well, because you have to have a connection to Street Fighter.
No, you don't. Not really.
It's a pretty great figure, though. That's amazing. Radio Man 1017. 1017, Radio Man. Does that mean you're the Radio Man on the USS Constellation from the Doomsday Machine?
People go by it.
Radio Man says, have you guys seen the Galactus the Devourer figure by WizKids? It's a game piece, but huge and pretty awesome. I have not seen that figure, but after getting the HasLabs Galactus, right? Do you go for a game piece?
No, I spent 400 fucking quid on 500 quid, 400 quid, whatever it is on a HasLabs Galactus.
That's all I can say. I know, right?
And so that bad boy, I'm so chuffed that I got that bad boy.
I come on. Gotta love that. Did you get? Did you get Jabba's sail barge from HasLabs?
No, I got the Jabba the Hutt 1 in 6 from Sideshow.
Yeah, which is amazing.
The barge is 1 in 12, isn't it?
Yeah. No, the barge is not 1/12. It's for 3 3/4, I think. Is it 1/12?
I thought it's for it's for 6-inch figures.
I don't know, but if it is, that's amazing. I don't know. That's a good question. I do not know.
I'll have to check. If it's for 3 3/4.
It's still either way. It's bad.
Yeah, it's huge. I know it's huge. I have seen it. It's huge.
But I haven't seen the WizKids Galactus. When it comes to toys,
it took a long time for them to offer to the UK.
Oh wow! They finally do.
The Sentinel was the first HasLabs item that was actually offered to the UK.
Yeah, because shipping on those would not be. They probably had to figure out, well, how are we gonna? If everyone's paying the same amount of money, it's going to cost us that much more to ship to the UK. So,
and I was trying desperately to get that Unicron, man.
Somebody will sell it to you. Someone. No? Okay. Well, Sean's World says...
yeah, somebody would, but it'd be like, £2,000, please.
Sean's World says, different topic, but I think Pierce Brosnan was a better Bond than Craig. He just felt more like a real secret agent. That's actually, okay, as a James Bond fan, I will say that I think Pierce Brosnan's stint as Bond gets a bad rap. I liked him as Bond. I like GoldenEye a great deal.
GoldenEye's amazing.
Yeah, and Sean Bean, great villain, and a lot of fun. That movie's a lot of fun. It's beautifully made.
James.
And I like Tomorrow Never Dies, and I kind of like World Is Not Enough. I do not like very much of Die Another Day. But Die Another Day. It's just not. Yeah. Although there is the first half of Die Another Day isn't bad. The opening in North Korea is great.
The bit where he's like a prisoner of war and shit is great.
All that's great, and the fucking sword fight is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is shite. I mean, the whole ice palace and the bad CG windsurfing crap and the laser from space and the plane. It was not good. But I do like Pierce Brosnan as Bond. Pierce Brosnan as Bond is great in GoldenEye. He's actually really good in Tomorrow Never Dies as well. He
nails it in GoldenEye.
Yeah,
he
really
nails it in GoldenEye.
He's so good. He's so good, especially in the pre-title sequence. I mean, he announces himself as Bond. He's really, really, really good. I really like him.
Daniel Craig feels like he wants to be anything else but Bond.
Yeah, I love Casino Royale, but after that, the guy is so consumed by his own emotions, he's unfit to be a secret agent. It's like, dude, everything you're driven by, you're like, I need a James Bond that likes being James Bond.
Yeah.
Sean Connery liked being James Bond. Roger Moore, their character. I want to believe that, Daniel Craig never even got a proper mission. Both Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace are at the beginning of his career. Then we jump over to Skyfall, where he's at the end of his career.
Yes,
and he gets shot off a train, and then Spectre is whatever. He's going to retire again. We never got to see Daniel Craig actually be James Bond. Where he went on
three movies of him retiring.
Yeah, of him retiring. And it's like, come on, man. If you're James Bond and you get to eat great caviar and champagne at the greatest temperature and bed the world's most beautiful women and drive awesome cars and have Savile Row bespoke suits and save the planet, you're kind of a baller. And there's got to be some... Daniel Craig, his Bond never was given the opportunity James Bond is pretty great. He never got to
It's lost that Queen and Country. It's lost that patriotism because they're dirty words now to Hollywood. And so now, the next film, the one you're going to see tonight, dude, tonight, 5 hours from now. Nothing to do with. It's all about love.
Yeah, and here's the thing, again, Bond stumbles across something. It's Felix Leiter has to show up and be like, "You're the only one I trust with this, brother," which is fine. But I'm like, no one. That's the problem with the Daniel Craig era of Bond. We never got a Bond where he relished being Bond, so we could love him kicking ass and taking names.
Mm-hmm.
And look, the fact is, I am tired of living in a world where classical heroism, and I don't care if the hero is a male or a female, Ripley. People forget.
Great hero.
In 1979, we got Sigourney Weaver as Ripley, and she was the smartest person. She was like, you know what? We should quarantine. Bzz, nope. Ian Holm lets them in. She was right. And she kicks ass, and she's constantly telling people, hey, we should do this. And she survives. No one cared. When I was 12 years old watching Alien for the first time, I didn't sit there and go, well, the protagonist of this movie is a girl, so I'm not going to watch. No, I loved her. We loved her. She kicked ass. She was smart. She survived.
Because we liked smarts. That's why.
That's the difference. This is
smarts used to be a very attractive quality because it used to be the quality that kept you alive. It used to be the quality that made you realize this is why they're the hero, because they got the smarts.
And what's interesting is in 1986's Aliens, the strength that she had in Aliens, we didn't know Ripley had a daughter in Alien. We didn't know she aged 57 years and died. So Sigourney Weaver, who was a mother, could never be a mother. and her strength is derived from the thing that she can do that no man can do, which is birth a child. And that's what allows her to take on the alien queen, another mother, and rescue Newt. And you have two feminine forces colliding at the end of that movie, both trying to save their offspring, deriving strength from their femininity, a well of strength and power that men don't have. And they're not going, fuck the patriarchy. They're delving into their own strength as
Maternal
women.
instinct.
And they are fighting, and it was epic. And when Sigourney Weaver saves Newt and vanquishes the alien queen, none of us were going, well, I just feel like as a man, like this movie's taking me down a peg. I mean, like, oh my God. Oh my God. No, you know what? We, all of us, men and women, or however you want to identify, when you fucking watched Alien in the theater in 1986, everyone loved Ripley at the end of that movie, man. Loved
because
her.
they're not elevated at the expense of other people.
Nope.
The other characters aren't belittled to enhance this one. No, Ripley had her strengths in Alien. She had her vulnerabilities in Alien. She was shown to be a very human character. And obviously, you know, surprise, surprise, that's stuff that people can relate to. And yeah, there were some bad decisions made on the Nostromus, but we, you know, a lot of those decisions were facilitated by Ian Holmes' android, which
who had an agenda, a secret agenda.
which had an agenda, which had already been programmed to have an agenda. So it wasn't like Alien Covenant where they're just all fucking retarded,
dude.
You know,
I mean, you know,
hey, we're on an alien planet. It's kind of got some oxygen. Fuck it, let's just take his helmet. It's just like all these people know about bioorganisms and all this kind of stuff.
Dude, that always, even Prometheus. Look at this alien cobra head. Let me grab it and see what it is.
Yeah. It's just,
well, hello there.
They deserve everything that happened to them. Everything. They were dumb. They were dumb people.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with our people have equated intelligence and being good at your job with elitism. And like, no, here's the thing. The idea, the human spirit, I mean, we can say that this human spirit is we're all equal. However, people individually are all different. And we're all different.
Not all equal. That's just the point.
Well, no, our spirits are, but us as people are like taller, shorter. We all have different abilities. And the fact is, this idea that we want to homogenize everyone and say everyone's equal. Look, man, I've always said I'm not LeBron James. I wish I were. I think LeBron James is a beautiful man, but he's also a fantastic basketball player. I played basketball. I grew up playing basketball on teams, and it got to the point where I'm like, I'm not good enough to continue. There's much better people. I was a forward, and I'm like, these people are better than me. And I had to lean back and go, I'm not gonna practice every day. I'd much rather do filmmaking, and I came to grips with the fact that I'm not going to be a ball player. And that was fine, because there are people that were just better than me, and it was okay to know that. You know,
but these films are bringing people who were, well, the first couple of Aliens at least were bringing people who were at the top of their game. Like those fighters were at the top of their game in Aliens. But but there was still no match for the aliens.
They had their asses handed to them.
Yeah, and they were the best of the best, and they were ready, and they, you know, and they had to adapt. And when they did adapt, sure, they did some massive damage to them, but it cost them the unit.
Yeah,
ultimately.
I mean they couldn't. I mean, but I do think that you know, the idea that you need to work hard and understand whatever profession, whatever thing you want to do, whatever you want to be. It's hard to be that person. You need to do the work, man. And now people don't seem to want to do the work. And if you can be anything you want, but it's going to take a lot of work. And there's always going to be somebody who's better than you. And I have no problem with that.
No.
You just aspire to do great work, do the best work that you can. And sometimes you're going to do great work. Sometimes you're going to do work that might, but the idea, my guiding philosophy of life is it does not matter how good somebody else is. It does not make you any better or any worse. All you can do is do the best work you can and be judged on that.
Depends if you open your mouth.
I'm trying to be aspirational here. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to be aspirational.
Trying to be aspirational, and all I see in my head is some fucking guy in lower decks with his legs spread akimbo showing his asshole. That is new Star Trek.
And the fans are trying to tell us, or people are trying to tell us that why shouldn't we like that? You just don't like things that are new.
No, I don't like Star Trek being fucking stupid. And
also, the fact that the naked time disease takes over, and perhaps the crew would have orgies with everyone, and that could be something that's there. But I would say that in the context of this entertainment, do we need to show that? There's always been very interesting, provocative ideas put forth in Star Trek, and you can do that, but you don't need to necessarily depict them all.
But you're also rehashing something that's been twice done before.
Yep, that's true.
So you're showing complete lack of originality anyway.
Well, that's modern Star Trek to a T.
So all they've done is they said, hey, remember on TOS and remember on Next Gen when the virus hit? Hey, we're going to push the boundaries because we're going to have some guy splay his legs open and show his asshole.
Well, and not only that,
because that's funny.
But that's all of Lower Decks. All of Lower Decks is just like, let's give you this reference and that reference. And what I find so disappointing in modern Star Trek is none of it has tried to establish its own identity. Oh, let's use Spock, and we'll give him a learning disability. Let's not do anything new. Like, oh, we're going to use Captain Pike, and hey, we've got Pike and Number One and Spock. Let's add Dr. Mbenga.
It's
Uhura.
It's not just that. It's let's use Spock, make him autistic, and also everything that he's ever achieved in Star Trek was because of this fucking disgusting piece of shit character, which we just created a couple of years ago, who we have to say things like this because we can't write her good, because none of us can. Because she's dog shit.
Yeah, I know.
So we have to tell. We have to constantly tell now, not show. And that's where we are in a lot of entertainment. It's tell, not show, because we're not clever enough as writers. We're not good enough as writers to actually write the characters well. So we have to tell of their feats. We have to tell of their successes, but we can't show any of it.
No, it's baffling. It's very frustrating.
And then when we do show them, they're a train wreck.
Yeah.
And so like, how on earth? It's like Batwoman. That is Batwoman to a nutshell, by the way. That's the Batwoman TV series to a nutshell.
I will say this. I have to say, credit where credit is due. I don't know if you saw Mayor of Easttown that Kate Winslet stars in, the HBO show.
No.
That was a fantastic show. The lead character was a very deeply flawed woman that still was, her dogged determination allowed her to get the job done. And Kate Winslet, no makeup, completely dressed down. It was brilliant. Her performance was brilliant. The show was brilliant. And to me, that was a depiction of a heroic female character that I loved. And it was real, it was honest, brilliantly performed, and fearless. And it certainly was not your usual bill of fare these days. And luckily she got the recognition she deserved because it was great. And she, to me, was a great heroine for the modern age. Deeply flawed, deeply conflicted.
I'd say a great hero per se for the modern age. You don't have to specify the gender.
No, but
this is the identity politics, which are just so crushed in. Everything's got to be reduced now to male or female. Oh, it's a great portrayal, but it's female. It's a great portrayal.
Well,
Remember
hang
when
on.
we didn't bother about that? Remember when Ripley was just a great character?
But
Not
I
a
would
great
say
woman,
I'm
just
only
a great character.
I'm only saying that I bring her up because it was a female character, but that what my point was, she was just a great character, and her gender wasn't. I mean, it was part of it because she was, a female police officer, but along the lines of Ripley, it was that kind of a performance where her gender, she was just a great character, and it was so. I'm just bringing it up in the for the discussion, but. It could have been a male character too. The thing is, it was unique to her, and it wasn't about politics. She just was. It was a matter of fact portrayal, and it was brilliant. And it was like Ripley. Like what was interesting was in Alien, you've got these characters, and they didn't make it. They were all kind of the same. They were all these blue collar. They were driving a truck. They were oil workers, they were blue collar, salt of the earth, and they could have a little bit of witty, suggestive banter between them, and nobody got offended, and it was great, and that's the real world, and yet we don't have that anymore.
I just remember as a kid, I'd watch shows like, you'd have a genre that you'd like. So if you saw RoboCop or you saw Terminator, then you'd go down the rabbit hole of Aliens and other movies like that, and you didn't care who the protagonist was. You just wanted a kick-ass film.
Yep.
And there was a period where we can't. You've gone all through these films, so we wanted to find a new. What does that lead you on to? Well, that then led us on to like Bloodsport. With Jean-Claude Van Damme, and then that led us into like martial arts movies, and then you're picking up
Cynthia
Rothrock, yeah, because you don't care that it's male or female,
right?
You want a kick-ass martial artist. So we're watching Cynthia Rothrock, not even 14, 10, 12 years of age, kicking all kinds of ass, and we're just loving it because.
Yeah,
we're lovers of martial art movies, and we want to see people have their fucking shit kicked out of them.
Yep,
and punched in the balls and shit like that, and all that kind of great stuff. So it never mattered. It never mattered.
No.
And then somewhere along the way, things got lost, man. They got lost.
They did. Which is it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
Speaking of that. It's not. Andrew Matthews says, "It's not Batman. It's your governor." I don't know what that means.
It's not Batman.
It's your governor. I don't know. I think I missed that. But so
same with Xena. You're watching Xena because Xena was great, and it was actually Xena that led to Hercules, not vice versa. It wasn't like, well, I'm going to watch Hercules, then Hercules led to Xena. No, Xena was the awesome show. And then that led to us watching Hercules.
Yeah.
But because of the way that Xena was as a character, and what's the sidekick called again? But you love the relationship between them, and you were kind of like really wanting them to get together.
Yeah.
Simply because of how kind of like awesome the relationship was between them. So
totally.
100%.
Terrier from Norway says, Jamie doesn't have hands. Hand. What does that mean?
He's got a hand.
He's got a hand. He's got a hand.
He's got a hand.
A hand. Terrier goes on to say, did you know I have a human-sized Unicron head? Oh, whoa. Come on. Terrier is a friend of mine. You do not. You're a very handsome man. You stop that right now. You stop that right now, Terrier. By the way, Terrier,
that's
Terrier and his the mother of his child, Julie, they came and we all went to England, to your town, your country. We all met in Blighty to go see Skyfall at the Odeon Cinema in Leicester Square in 2012. So
the only Bond film that's actually felt like a Bond film from Daniel Craig. Well, no, Casino Royale was great. But then, I do love Casino Royale.
The Tweaky Kid. Beady, beady, beady. You mean Tweaky like Buck Rogers? Beady, beady, beady. That's
Or
all,
maybe
Buck.
too much
The
coffee.
Tweaky Kid says Brosnan
Mitty.
is the right mix of Connery's cool and Moore's humor. I agree. I think that's I think it's true.
The only I can remember the only slight criticism of Brosnan was he could have done with a little bit of beef on him.
Yeah,
He was very thin.
Yeah, he was thin, and he also could have used some better scripts. But yeah, I mean,
I mean, I'm talking just from an aesthetic Bond point. I mean,
I
he was,
agree.
Very handsome, suave. Gift of the gab, good in action scenes. But yeah, I mean, that's the only problem that Pierce Brosnan had was poor scripts.
He needs to be beefy too. I agree with that.
Just a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit of beef. Just a little bit of beef.
Athenon sends in a very generous super chat.
Really cunt. He's a very generous man.
Athenon. By the way, what a cool name. Is that how you say it? Athenon?
Athenon, yeah.
Athenon. That's like a hero. Is that from a game? Is that something I don't know? Is Athenon a name from something?
Well, you might be kind of, I don't know, because I don't want to go down Athena because that's female.
But I love that name, Athenon. Anyway, thank you, Athenon. But Athenon says, I'm looking to get my second 6-scale figure. I really like the looks of the Luke Skywalker Deluxe from Sideshow. I'm wanting your opinions of it, and if there might be a better one of Luke to consider. I love the show, and hail. Now, I can't get to it. That's a good question. I have the Hot Toys Luke from Return of the Jedi. Oh, look at that. You've got the Sideshow Luke. Well, let me just go full screen on you, sir. And why don't you take it away?
There you go, Athenon. Here it is.
Show it to us, buddy.
It is
Show it to us.
complete with a ripped box at the moment.
Now, this is the Sideshow. This is the Sideshow Luke. Yeah?
So this is the Sideshow Luke. So this comes with the Endor stuff.
Can you take over for just a few minutes?
Sure.
You show this.
I'll just turn this off. So this is I need to see where I can see. Let me open this up for you. Let me take it out because that's the that's going to be the main thing. If I just take the figure out for a second and go here, then you can see the poncho for the Endor. Then you have the gray cloak. Well, this is like the brownie cloak for Jabba's palace. And then you have all the extra base and all the extras, yada, yada, yada. So you have that automatically. Then you can, if I take out the figure itself. Boo. Let's get Lukey Poos out. Just take these plastic thingamajigs off him for the moment. So here's the standard one. So if you want to get him into Return of the Jedi Vader, then you can unbutton this at the back here. And then literally have him, if I do that, so take that off, which is going to allow me to take this off. Oh my God, I'm stripping like Skywalker. Then now he's got the button down, ready to duel Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi. So the figure itself, very multifaceted. Multifaceted if you want to go for those specific themes, Athenon. There is a new Luke coming out, but it's the Luke from the end of The Mandalorian. And that's just become available for pre-order. So that's going to be out sometime next year or 2023. So that's going to be a little while away. So if you can't wait and you want a Luke that's more specific to the OG trilogy, take it off. Take it off. Then this is a perfect one for you. So now that I've got my Vader coming in the next few days or so. That's going to be my Luke and Vader sorted. So I'm gonna have Luke like this fighting Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi. That's how I'm gonna set it up. So that Athenan, I would say absolutely. This one from Sideshow would be a great one. Would be a great one to pick up, because of its multifaceted dress. I do have Jabba the Hutt downstairs as well. So when Jabba eventually comes up and gets into one of the Moji cases, you know, I could decide to change Luke and have Luke in his Jedi back into his full Jedi gear to discuss the return of General Solo to the peoples. Don't turn this into an Eiffel Tower clip. Not on Rob's channel. Not on Rob's channel. Or should I? I don't know. Snow Speeder Luke is coming, yeah, and I mean, I actually do have the Snow Speeder, the 1 in 6 Snow Speeder, on pre-order from Jazz Inc., which is going to be pretty crazy. So yeah, lots of good Lukes. That is a great Luke. That's a great Luke to have, dude. So I hope that answers the majority of any questions.
So I went and got my quarter scale Spider-Man.
Yeah, so I see. Oh shit. So I see.
And I can't tell you how much I love this. I mean, you can do multiple iterations of the base. This figure is so cool. I can't even begin to tell you how cool it is. And the diorama base that it comes with, it lights up. It's got it's just, I love this figure so much.
Oh, chat's just said something. Yeah. I got an email about this. The Lando Calrissian.
Oh,
it's been moved up.
Oh,
it's been moved up, so that's going to be dropping very soon. It's been moved up to this month.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so and I've got that on pre-order because that just looks absolutely awesome. Does that Lando?
Says Bond has lost that loving feeling and she wants it back.
A lot of women want that back. It's so funny that Hollywood want to preach to women about what they want. And I mean, I can't. I obviously I cannot talk for all women. Sorry, I'm trying to pick this box up. I can't
love this
talk
figure.
for all women.
Damn it.
But a lot of women that I do speak to within our sphere, they like their down and dirty Bond.
Yeah.
They like their rough and rugged Bonds. They like their come take me now, sir. Take me like one of your French ladies. And
Yeah.
he's just lost all of that. And like I said, Leia Sado said in an interview, "Oh, we've eliminated the male gaze from Bond." One of the whole things about Bond is using his wiles. Remember in Quantum of Solace, where he bangs Strawberry Fields? That's what her name was meant to be, but they didn't. They never said that her first name was Strawberry.
Right, but it was.
Her surname was Fields. That's all you got. But she was called Strawberry Fields because her parents were big Bond big Beatles fans.
Yep.
And he bangs her, and then when he comes back, and she's been killed. She's been covered in oil and made to drink. Yeah. And then M turns to Bond and says, "They'll do anything for you, won't they?" Because he uses women to extract information and to extract what he wants out of them, and that's a facet of Bond. That's one of his facets. That's what he does.
That's of course. By the way, can we just talk about how great this figure is? I mean, every time I pick this figure up, it's got ratcheted joints. I mean, not to interfere in the Bond conversation, but this figure.
No.
And,
you go
and
ahead.
I've shown it before, but the fact that he comes with multiple eyes, different size eyes that fit in magnetically. I picked the big eyes because it's very McFarlane Spider-Man. God damn, I love this figure. This figure is so good. And the base. I mean, look at this, dude. Look at this diorama base. You can do it in multiple configurations. It's the smashed vulture base, and it has a USB port here on the back.
Oh, nice.
And right here, and it lights up. Oh, dude. And you can build the base in 3 different configurations. It's so cool. God damn, I love this figure.
I'll have to decide which one I'll put it in when I open mine up.
You got to open it. I mean, this is the ultimate Spider-Man figure. I know that part of it when you pose figures like this, it can leave creases in their costumes. But then what are you supposed to do? I mean, you got to.
You got to pose them.
The ratcheted joints. This figure is a beautiful figure. It is just an unbelievable figure.
Clickety click.
I know. Anyway, I'll set him down. Because I'm like, I fall into playing with these things. I'm like, oh, I want to play with him more. Sean's World says, cheers on that response. Keep it up, boys. Well, I guess you did a good job showing your Luke figure. And then Sean's World goes on to say, when did Star Trek cater to normies? Why isn't Star Trek about trekking through space and discovering beautiful and amazing phenomenon and dealing with those problems? Well, I will say something like everything else. It's all about money. And Star Trek was a very niche thing, but our society, I call it on this channel, the Post-Geek singularity, our society, we've all become nerds. Nerds won the war. We've all taken over the world. And we all have money to spend, and we all are, we are nothing more than sources of income for the owners of these properties. They're not interested in the purity of them. They're interested in how much money they can make. And I get that. That's capitalism, and I have no problem with that. I love capitalism. The problem that I have, though, is that in trying to be something to everyone, you become something for no one. That the actual integrity of what your thing was to begin with is compromised in trying to find dollars from everyone. And that's corporate thinking. The problem is what makes something a thing. You can look at anything you want on a spreadsheet. But why we love franchises or stories or characters is something that isn't quantifiable on a spreadsheet. Why is a character great? You can say, well, they're intelligent, they're forthright, they're courageous. Well, all of those things are fine. But that doesn't mean an actor can create a role that becomes unforgettable. You can't quantify on a spreadsheet what makes something beloved. You can try and do it, but at the end of the day, there's an indelible, heady concoction of many different reasons why a character like Ripley becomes beloved. And a lot of it has to do with how do you portray a character like that? Well, it was Sigourney Weaver in doing what she did, which I don't think is necessarily quantifiable, that makes us love her. And you can't put it on a spreadsheet. What do you think, man?
No, I agree. This is the stupidity of current day television. This is the Star Trek's no longer Star Trek because they don't want to make Star Trek episodes. They've said so themselves. They want to use Star Trek to push their own political ideology. Yep. Star Trek is now just a corpse. It's a corpse which has been infected with ideology, and that's why it's a failure, because they're literally preaching to their own choir. They're not converting people, because You're not going to convert people to your way of thinking by damning them.
Right.
And by telling them how they should be thinking and should be doing stuff, which is stuff that Star Trek has never done before. It's always, allowed the door to be open. And sure, it certainly offered more empathetic solutions and more empathetic ways, but ultimately, it's up to you whether or not you change or the society that they're dealing with, whether or not to change. You can't quantify how a character like Ripley's become popular. Is it the writing? Partly. Is it Sigourney Weaver herself? Partly. Is it the way that she portrayed the character of Ripley and the way that the character of Ripley was shown on the screen? Partly. It's a sum of different parts. Was it her strength? Yes. Was it her vulnerability? Yes. You can't put that onto a spreadsheet. If it was to go on a spreadsheet today, they'd just put strong female character. That's how she would get reduced to, which is insulting to Sigourney Weaver as an actress, which is insulting to the writers of the character, which is insulting to the director and the way that she was utilized in the film. But there used to be more nuance then, and we didn't see things through the lens of spreadsheets and analytical data and ideology. It was just what works. Why did Eddie Murphy work in Beverly Hills Cop? Well, a huge aspect of that was Eddie Murphy.
Right.
That's
exactly.
Great. So it's it wasn't necessarily the script, but the script was great. It wasn't necessarily the story, but the story was good fun. It was the way that Eddie Murphy, in my eyes, could balance comedy and severity with equal measure. He knew when to be funny. He knew when to be serious. The comedy was not. The comedy itself was not fourth wall breaking. It wasn't extreme. The comedy was a concoction of the circumstance that was going on within that film, and stuff like this, which is just not taken into consideration nowadays. People are when you have something in the BBC, for example, and there's absolutely no doubt Amazon have said that they are doing the same, and we see the same when it comes to casting. When you have something like the inclusion and diversity policy when the BBC, where you are literally ticking a box to be filled with a demographic, then you're missing the whole point of what made something special in the first place, or what made something successful in the first place, because you are taking away the little bits of sparkling magical dust which just came together because things were getting cast based off meritocracy and they weren't getting cast based off ideology. And sometimes the show would work and sometimes the show wouldn't work. That's the nature of television. But putting stuff together via ideology as opposed to meritocracy stifles creativity. It removes creativity. Because it says, we have to have an X and a Y and a Z. And that, to me, in itself is bigotry and racism and sexism. Because
I agree.
You can't see past that. And this is why people like me, I try and be as vocal as I can about stuff like this. And I don't give a shit if people call me bigoted or racist, because I know it's projection on their half. Because I don't care what you are. We want the best person for those roles. And when you go back into the 80s and the spectrum of films that we used to watch in the 80s, they were organically diverse across the board. Organically, because they were just cast based off who they thought would be great for the roles. And you would see actors, especially when it came to like your big burly actors, they would appear in very similar films. Commando, Predator, you'd see Rocky, you'd see reoccurring actors in those, but you'd have look at Terminator, for example. Predator, for example, you had what? 2 black guys.
You had Bill Duke and Carl Weathers, right?
a Native American. So there's a female that they, of course, find as well. So you had in itself just an organic, and you weren't thinking to yourself when you're watching that, oh, they're casting this based off, they wanted some representation in this Predator film. No, you were looking at the characters going, fucking hell, look at these beefy motherfuckers. Look at these beefy motherfuckers that are going into this jungle to tackle this predator. They all look, jacked as fuck, and they look as if they are mean as fuck and they could take on anyone. And then you get this predator coming along going, ripping their fucking spines out and shit, and you're just like, holy shit, this guy's a legit threat. So that's that. This is why I hate fucking modern day.
I would say that we were on a good path. We are on a good path where everybody was getting representation. I mean, it was naturally organic. It was organically occurring, and now we're in a very strange world where all of the ideas where people are putting forward, well, we have to be inclusive, have actually become segregating. Everybody
we succeeded. We succeeded in creating organic tolerance. That films would cast or a broad spectrum purely based off the caliber of actor that they had available that fit those roles.
Yeah, and look,
LGBT accepted. It's been accepted for so long now, and then people got uppity. What I see is people got uppity because they wanted to be fucking special again. They didn't want to have equality.
Well, yeah,
once they got their equality, they were just like, no. I like being a fucking snowflake. I liked being fucking special. So then they started to twist and pervert it and turn it back into, oh, no, we're being underrepresented in here. Now we've got 68 fucking genders. Now everyone's got, bloody this, that, and the other. I'm a this kin, a that kin, a what kin. Because it's now just a big gotcha game to be mislabeled or misrepresented. So somebody can point you and go, ha, you are a bigot. You are a phobe. You are a racist, and that fuck off.
Well, yeah, no, it's
stupid games.
It's an odd thing, and as look at even Star Trek. If you look at Star Trek as it has progressed with the times, and it got more and more progressive. There was an article published last week about how Avery Brooks was one of the great dads ever put on television as Captain Ben Sisko. And people forget, like, this stuff was a natural extension. Evolution was taking care of itself. And the last 5 or 10 years has been nothing but de-evolution.
Of course.
De-evolution. By the way, Terrier from Sean's World, first of all, says, great answer, boys. Terrier says, when I get my 1/18th scale Airwolf, can I guest on the show? Yes, he says. Hey, man. Sure, we've never had guests. You can actually ask to guest to be on this show if you want. There are people that have asked to come on, and I think maybe next in 2 weeks we'll have a rotating. I'll bring on some people so the two of us will be on this show, and we'll have a few guests from all over the world and show us their shit, their toys, their collections. That could be fun. Sean's World says, here's another $10 just because I can. And you guys deliver good content and don't shy away from questions. Cheers. I will be here.
Never shy away. Never shy away. Never be scared of discussion.
No,
questions are questions are
a prisoner.
Answers a burden to oneself. That's prisoner fucking lingo. You got a question, you give an answer.
God
you give
damn
an
right.
answer.
Andrew Matthews says, could you put Good Morning Vietnam on a spreadsheet as just having a funny host? Well, they would try. But what Robin Williams brought to that role, you couldn't quantify. He was a singular individual experience, a person that was one of a kind. And that's a great example. We need a funny host for Good Morning Vietnam. Well, whoever you hired, and by the way, Robin Williams wasn't just funny. He had great dramatic chops. One of my favorite movies of all time is The World According to Garp. that George
Oh,
Roy Hill
wow.
directed, based on the novel by John Irving.
I've seen it multiple times.
It's such a great film. A.K.
So-
Alexander from SH Displays says, "Hail Knights! When delivery chains forgot about COVID and Brexit, where do I send your display cases? To a P.O. box, etc.? It would be great to give Az something to smile about again. P.S. Casino Royale is a masterpiece. It respects the novel. Normies." I agree with you. I think it does actually respect the novel. But look, I will find out where. I will get you those addresses. We definitely want to check out those cases, and maybe we'll do like a joint review, because I love the fact that you decided to make those cases. Athenon comes back with another very generous super chat. Thank you, Athenon. Thanks for the show. And tell Az, Athenon was my first ever EverQuest character. And when I started streaming, it seemed like a great fit. Great show, boys. Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Oh, dude, I love how you say that. It never ceases to put a smile on my face. Athenon, thank you so much for supporting the channel. That's pretty cool. His first EverQuest character.
Gotcha. Wow. Now that makes sense now.
That makes sense. Well, listen, man, we're coming up on 3 hours.
Yeah.
Of our crazy show. Oh, John Wayne sends in a super chat and says, "I'm from the deep south with Confederate ancestry. I never saw Cisco as the first black captain. Just a great commander and my favorite captain." Goddamn right, sir. And he was. I mean, I saw him. I couldn't help it, but I saw him as Hawk from Spencer for Hire, and he was great. But yeah, I mean, what's so strange to me is that we're all, I grew up watching movies from all around the world. Like, when I was watching Chinese fantasy films or Japanese science fiction movies, I didn't sit there and think to myself, well, today I'm watching a Japanese science fiction film. I didn't think when I was watching Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, so the aliens from Planet X were being played by Japanese actors. I didn't think to myself that, like, oh, look, the aliens from Planet X are all Japanese. No, I thought to myself, those are aliens from Planet X. That's who they are. I mean, it's just, we live on this planet. We're all one species. There's only one of us. One race of people, the human race.
This is Hollywood's fault. This is Hollywood's fault.
I know.
This isn't our fault. As you know, because as much as they like to have turned it back on us, it's our fault that they haven't been casting this, that, and the other. But you have. You actually have, though. But never mind. But yeah, this is all Hollywood's fault. Don't let them gaslight you. And the only way to make any changes, if you don't like the look of it, don't go watch it.
Or buy it. But you know what? Except when you watch this show, we are equal action figure buyers.
Opportunists.
Yeah, we don't. I'll tell you one thing: our action figure collections are all about everyone around the world, and I don't care where a character comes from. If I like that character, I will buy that figure. Shape, size, color, creed, gender, don't care. If I like your character, I'll buy you and add you to the collection. And when I say add you to the collection, I don't mean enslave you, even though I will bend you to my will. I mean, I'm adding you to my collection. Because you know what? It's a beautiful planet with beautiful characters, written by many different creators, played by many different actors and actresses, directed by many different people, written by many different people. It is a beautiful, diverse world of action figures, and we, on this show, want them all on our shelves. Don't we?
I do.
Fuck yeah, I do. Bring it on. I mean,
do.
Let me tell you, there's no clan rallies in this mug. My figures will kill all of y'all.
I was told, by the way, I was sent an email last week, I think it was, when I was doing the real BBC with Gary, that the head of X06 was watching the stream.
Well, by God, the head of X06, I got to say, and we've been very complimentary, I think X06 is doing it right. You know, the way ordering from them, the whole Picard thing, the tailoring on X06 is doing a good job. I'm excited.
Keep it up.
I'm just like, why not release a figure a month, boys? Come on now. Come on. I want Archer. I want Cisco. I want my Borg Queen statue to go along with Data. Well, I don't have my Data yet because I didn't order it from the X06 website. I will never make that mistake again. Although there are other other places to order X06 figures as well. But as I said, you know what? I will grab him. I love this figure. I love everything about this figure. I love the spot UV printing on the cover. I mean, everything about X06. These people know what's up. And I
just want my Data from Sideshow.
I know. I didn't know they were a new website. They were a new company. I didn't want to at least if it never showed up, Sideshow would refund you your money. X06, they've done it right. I have many, I could give them a list of 100 figures I want now. But I've heard that the people, the man who runs X06, I don't know him, I've never met him, but that they've spent as much time thinking about Star Trek figures as we have. So that's good. Good to know. Sean's World says, cheers, boys. Oh, I appreciate that, Sean's World. I love it. I love it. Well, so as 3 hours.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna go have some lunch, and then I'm gonna get in my car, and I'm gonna schlep out to Hollywood, and I'm gonna see. I don't care. I'm a lifelong Bond fan. I get excited to see every Bond movie. It's been a long time,
I love Bond.
fellas.
I absolutely adore Bond. I just this is a very complicated film. It's just a very complicated. It's a very yeah, I can't say too much until you've seen it. But,
I just want to see Daniel Kleinman's title sequence. You want
to see him what?
His title sequence. He's delivered the goods since GoldenEye. I mean, when he came on and took over for Maurice Binder doing the opening title sequences, they were amazing. Except he got replaced on Quantum of Solace, which I will not understand. But even Sam Smith's "The Writing's on wow," at least his title sequence was pretty good. I'm tired of being Bond.
This theme's garbage. This theme's mitigated garbage. So
not good.
This Billy Eilish shit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's garbage.
Well, we'll have to see it with the opening credits.
That's thank God it had "We Have All of the Time in the World" a couple of times in the film. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, it doesn't have Louis Armstrong. It doesn't have Louis Armstrong singing it. It just has the music.
Love to unfold.
Which I think was done by wasn't it Hans Zimmer did the music
score
for this?
Yeah, yeah. I don't like the fact that they quote "You Only Have," On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I heard that piece Matera from the beginning of the film, and I was like, where's your own identity? Where's your own version of the On Her Majesty's Secret Service theme? Just a thought. Terrier just says he just bought a 6-scale Lazenby. I have my 6-scale Lazenby. That is a Sideshow figure. That's actually a pretty good figure. The paint, the actual paint is like glossy, but it looks good. It's a good likeness, and he's from he's wearing the suit when they assault the snow outfit when he assaults Piz Gloria at the end of the movie. I have him. Listen, I think it's time
have fun.
Call it, because I'm gonna go see. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go see No Time to Die Another Day.
No time to die. No time.
No time to live and let die another day.
Huh?
No time to live and let die another day.
No time to live and let die on Her Majesty's Secret Service today.
That's right. This actually turned out to be a great show. Yoaf says, Rob, did you see Foundation is scored by Bear McCreary? I did see that. Look, I think Foundation is beautifully made. It's incredible. They spent a lot of money on that show, but it's kind of all over the place. I have to see. You know what? I've got to watch the whole season and see where it goes. But I'm enjoying it. It's a beautiful show. I definitely love it. Well, where can people find you?
I can find us here on YouTube, HeelsvsBabyFace, you can find us on Twitter at What Toys.
What?
As you can see below.
Can you give us a little echoey What Toys for us?
What Toys.
There we go. Thank you.
And on Instagram as Heel_versus_Babyface.
And I guess next week I should have Maju cases and my Robin, so I can have something to show.
Woo. I think the Robin is pretty much exactly the same as the Air, apart from just one change. But okay.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to getting him.
I just want Night Vigilante to come.
I know, I got that too. Where is? I know. I know. Well, listen, my friend, it's always a pleasure to stream with you. I want to thank our moderating staff. I want to thank Lord Toth. I think Purple Valkyrie was even here for a while. And all of the great moderators that work for this channel. I want to thank them all for being the wrenches that they are. I want to thank everybody for generously supporting these shows via your tips and super chats. And thank you to all the people that become members of this channel. It keeps us going. It keeps us, hey, if we didn't have you, we couldn't be buying the things that we buy, I guess. But I want to thank you for supporting the channel. It also keeps the lights on, so we're not just spending frivolously. So thank you for your support. It's very generous.
Speak to yourself.
And you people are very generous. I don't know, the people, this channel, this show, our shows, very generous people. Thank you so much for everybody that continues to help us out all that way. It's very much appreciated. And remember, every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear. And all you have to do is listen. And with that, I would say to all of you, always say yes if the question arises, should I buy that figure or not? The answer is always yes. Would you agree?
No.
What do you mean no? How can you say no?
Because we looked at a 1,000 pound fucking dolly today.
Yeah, and you're gonna buy it when this. Don't tell me you're not. Come on, you know you're gonna do it. Yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna buy a $600 chair.
Going up for pre-order. That's what I want to find out.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, you know what? But I would say a 1,000 pound dolly. I would say that the character, if it meant more to you, maybe you drop the green on it. But you know, it's not top tier. It's maybe second tier.
I'm a big fan of Yshtal. Big fan of Yshtal.
Really, I'm trying to talk you out of it. I'm trying to give you an out.
I know. It's don't go beyond your means.
Yeah, don't forego the rent for figures.
I'm trying to be responsible.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you say.
But normally the answer is yes.
Normally the answer is yes. And on that note, all of you, there will be no Robservations today because I'm going to see No Time to Die. But there will be. We're bringing back Whining About Movies. And you'll find me tomorrow. I'm not on the John Campy show. There will be a Robservations. There might be a Midnighter tonight when I talk about my initial impressions of No Time to Die. So maybe so. We shall see.
Make it so.
Anyway, do you have any parting words of wisdom for our audience?
Yeah, I hope Star Trek burns in hell.
Except XO6. They're doing the God's work. And hang on. Let me just say one more thing. If you read Star Trek novels, and I do, the first issue or the first coda, where they had to end 20 years of brilliantly conceived Star Trek continuity because it no longer jibes with the trash fire that is Star Trek Picard, so they had to end it. Really unfortunate because all of these writers have done a great job. This is the first book of the three book trilogy. That's redundant. Really good. Really enjoyed this. And if you ever thought that the 2-part episode Times Era with Mark Twain wasn't cool enough, well,
yeah.
let me just tell you, this book actually would change your mind about the antagonists of that episode. I'm not saying anything more than that, but it's really good. So hats off.
I mean, the thing that we found out about them was that they were fucking nasty.
Oh, you have no idea.
They are. So, okay. Sorry, Star Trek Coda.
Star Trek Coda. So, for those of you who don't know, for the last 20 years, the Pocket books are now Simon & Schuster Star Trek novels have had their own continuity that have gone beyond the Dominion War, have gone beyond Star Trek Nemesis, and have over many, 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 many books had a one long, ongoing, very carefully tied together continuity. There was far more thought put into this literary, it's called the Litverse. There's far more thought put into that literary continuity than has been put into either Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard or Lower Decks or Prodigy. Although I'm going to wait and see Prodigy because one of my favorite Star Trek novelists is a consultant on it. But so they had to end this Litverse because Star Trek Picard has negated everything that these writers have done for the last 20 years. They should have been the ones who came up with the basis of new Star Trek. But anyway, they had to finish 20 years of continuity with a trilogy. A book comes out. Well, this came out in September. The next book comes out in October this month. And the third book...
it's not even out here yet. It comes out on 14th of October here.
Yeah, so Coda, book 1. It was great. The threat is dire. The antagonist's terrifying. And it's basically Star Trek's version of Crisis on Infinite Earths. And
oh my God.
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And it's quite good. So pick up that if you want to. And by the way, if you haven't read the last 20 years of all those Star Trek novels, and not many people have, they do recap what happens at the beginning of the first book. So I don't think you will be lost. But when you find out that Ezri Dax is captain of the Aventine, you might ask yourself, well, how did that happen? Well, you got a lot of books to read to figure that out. But it's still pretty good. And anyway, on that note,
Yes.
I think it's time to say, live long and prosper, or
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you. It's a salute.
The tip of my cap is going to be seeing you.